is what it is. What it is. I gotta wipe my screen off. Robert, what's up, pimpin'? What's up, pimpin'? Oh, man, we gotta bump some dirt, man. We gotta start off with some dirt, yo, man. Man, free the voice,
confidence
man.
Boost when filing your own
Yo,
taxes.
I'm almost sick and tired of little DJ Akademiks and this little baby slander. Like, it was DJ Akademiks even qualified to even be saying this, man? Man, that's, I ain't gonna lie. Man, Dirk gotta beat that case, man. For real. Yo, if Dirk don't beat that case, yo, that is gonna be a serious gap in the music industry. And Youngboy can't feel it. To all the Youngboy fans. Youngboy can't feel the gap that Dirk gonna leave, man. For real, man. Straight up. Straight up. But let's get the rolling, man. So, yo, look, right? This motherfucking DJ Akademiks. I'm sick and tired of his little baby hate. DJ Akademiks diss Lil Baby. Man, I can't complain. About sick and tired of this nigga, man. Yo, see, this is the thing about the internet, right? The internet allows people to play with people that they'll never do it in their face. So, yo, somebody brought to my attention yesterday. Like, DJ Akademiks.
I'm not, I refuse. Listen.
DJ Akademiks played the major role in diminishing Lil Baby to the I guess, supporters or the fans or whoever. Yo, Lil Baby about as solid as they come, man. Yeah, he made that messed up mistake what he did with the music video and all that shit. But when it come down to just solid individuals, man, Lil Baby one of them ones, man. And it's fucked up that he fuck around where he get cut short because, you know, the legal shit. But this guy ain't got no room to speak on anything that Lil Baby. I don't give a fuck even his music. Like, yo, because he takes it further to the music and gets into disrespect. But if he was to see Baby face to face, his whole mood is switch.
Pressure on and pause. But after this, I'm gonna just leave him alone, nigga. Like, because like I like his music, but like I'm trying to give positive criticism, but y'all might just think it's hate.
It is hate.
But he did preview a new song. I just want to hear this shit. Let me see how this is. Is this it? What the fuck? Why am I seeing a bunch of... Was it on this thing? Say Twin? No. Say Twin. A hit. Just keep me blocked, my nigga. I ain't even need to hear this. You damn right. You saving me some time. I shouldn't even heard this bullshit right here. God damn it. What the fuck? Nigga, I'm thinking... Cause somebody, I see why this nigga was saying...
These are the same guys that'll sell you Playboy Cardi. Have y'all listened to Playboy Cardi? He'll tell you, Playboy Cardi dropping classics. What? You talking about the nigga that be walking around with thongs on? The Playboy Cardi that be walking around with thongs on is the top rapper out. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. These niggas is weirdos.
I see why he was saying, Cardi, tap in with me. Lil Baby, Playboy Cardi. That nigga posted it. I see Cardi post up some shit where I guess they texted Cash. They says, "Yo, Wham, Cardi, lock in each other in family." Okay, yo, Playboy Cardi. I'm not the biggest Cardi fan. Obviously, I fuck with you.
Shit,
But
God.
trust me, I think I speak for your fan base. Keep Lil Baby away from your goddamn album. He should be nowhere within 10,000 miles. Okay? Please. What? Every snippet that we hear from Playboy Cardi is piff. It's heat. Every time we hear a snippet from Wham, it's like,
Fuck your spirit again. Mix like a sin. Choppers taking hands.
Yo, see, this the thing, right?
This is gonna be the last advice to give to
Yo, Lil Baby ain't a rapper. If people familiar with his story, Lil Baby was never a fucking rapper. Once he got his money, I think he just lost, he just lost hope. Or not hope, but he just lost the feeling for the shit. But for this clown, excuse me, for this clown, they keep trying to attack Lil Baby. And the reason I brought this up is because he sat down with the biggest rat that we seen in the last 20 years. Well, no, hell no. We seen way bigger rats now, but the most notable rat, we gotta talk about Soulja Boy too. The most notable rat, 6ix9ine. And Lil Baby name comes up again. Like, he can't stop talking about the nigga. So it says, Akademiks says the Rolling Loud crowd uses Lil Baby's set as a bathroom break. You see what I'm saying? This goes beyond music. Yo, but if he was to bump into Lil Baby, yo, what y'all think Akademiks is gonna do? If he was to ever see Lil Baby just in passing, man, that nigga might run and hide in the bathroom. So my thing is, right? Why are you so disrespectful, bro? No, you won't say that shit to that man's face.
music was different when the last 5 Rolling Louds been the Cardi headline. It's him and Ken Carson. Yo, I watched Lil Baby go up there and niggas was just like bobbing their head. Niggas like, yo, it's bathroom break time. Ken Carson.
Nah, niggas call Lil Baby bathroom break time.
No, I'm not saying it to this.
Yo.
No. He was actually. I think they did it wrong. They sandwiched in between Cardi and Ken Carson.
Yeah.
So all the fans want that type of music. What I'm saying is that right
now. You saw when Lil Baby got on stage, niggas just started going, I gotta go take a shit, man.
Yo, listen. Yo, the music that's popping right now is this rage music, bro. It's like underground.
Yeah.
It's back popping again.
Yeah, but who is determining that? Popping where? Who listens to this shit? Yo, a lot of these numbers are inflated, y'all. On YouTube, musically. Like a lot of these numbers, yo, they can almost, I told y'all in the video I did before, right? Yo, they can make whoever they want the biggest. They can make them. You know what I mean? Put them on every magazine, put them in every blog. You know what I mean? Boost their numbers up in the algorithm. Next thing they know, this is the best rapper in the world. Meanwhile, stream-wise, like real streams, I ain't really reaching them motherfucking levels like that, man. All music, well, hip-hop music streams been down probably for the last couple years, man. But they trying to sell people this idea of Playboy Cardi, the hottest rapper out. Yo, have y'all listened to a Playboy Cardi song? Let's see. Playboy Cardi.
Get Google Pixel 9a on us and our new 3-year price lock guarantee.
Hot garbage.
Starting at $30 a line.
I put Playboy Cardi on the same level I put Bloodhound Q50. It's garbage. What is he even talking about? Man, this shit garbage. That shit garbage, man. What the fuck Ryan Reynolds is that shit? White kids or something? They try to make white kids the face of hip hop. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. They fuck with little goddamn Playboy Cardi. Shit garbage. Shit trash.
There's no formula how to get it. Like with y'all, it was like the SoundCloud wave, and you had your sound, Trippy had his sound, X has his sound, Pump had his sound. You know what I mean? Everybody had their sound. I think now niggas just know, like, how do you pop off to be like that guy again? Yo, I knew music was different when the last 5 Rolling Louds been...
Man, fuck out of here, bitch boy. Yo, so... Ja Rule and 50 Cent going at it again. This is a Breakfast Club.
You know, I'm sitting here with you and I'm thinking to myself, how do you even talk to Ja about her? Because you and Irv clearly loved each other out loud, and people ask questions like, how did his passing make you feel? It's like, I don't even know if those are appropriate questions.
Yeah. Like I said, I go in and out. I'm very understanding of what life and death is. You know,
what the one when he's talking about 50?
You know, one of those things he always used to say is, you know, that is our destiny, but in the middle of that we live.
I mean, fuck, where the fuck that shit at? Maybe it's on Charlemagne page. Where the fuck did I see that at? Hollywood Unlocked. So they asked Ja Rule about 50 Cent dissing Irv Gotti, which I thought was some, you know, real clown activity on behalf of 50 Cent. Maybe these academics posted it. This bitch ass. Now, here you go. No, it's not it. Maybe this the clip. Maybe this is a clip. I'm gonna let it play.
You know, I'm sitting here with you and I'm thinking to myself,
I'm very understanding of what life and death.
I don't know. I don't fuck with none of them niggas.
One of my last text to him was, yo, how you doing? You taking care of yourself? How's your health? You know what I mean? How you feeling? You know what I mean? Like, we ain't spoken, you know, a couple of weeks, whatever. I guess, you know, you get along knowing that, you know what I'm saying? But you can enjoy it, you know, if you're not in good health. So,
you know, I'm sitting here with you and I'm thinking to myself, how do you even talk to Ja about her? Because you and her.
Yo, where's the fucking 50 Cent clip? Let's go to the interview. They're gonna clip it anyway. They don't, for some reason, they don't let me play their shit. I be saying them let other people play their shit, but for some reason, when I play their videos, they always copywriting. It is what it is, though. Cause 50 has some shit to say. Here you go. They shouldn't even have brought 50 name up because these guys' beef is real. Now they older, but that shit don't mean nothing. Stemming from their history.
The Breakfast
These niggas can clash at any
I
time.
think it was all
That
the way
just
real.
that. You didn't sign that. You didn't sign Jay. You didn't sign Trey. You know, threw everything off with the group, and so make a per set. So
Yep.
we wanted to, you know,
Who you said it?
moving. X became what he became, and then I, you know, rest in peace to X as well. And then I came right after 1918, just rhyming with the big voice.
Vedivici.
Vinny Vedivici, yeah. And the music started to reflect. The hooks ain't there. This was gonna be a make or break situation. Yo, Rule, this is what they say, and I told them go fuck theyself. You know,
And too, especially
It's
when
very
you see
frustrating.
how everything played out.
very, very frustrating. But that's the struggle. You know, that's the push and pull between creatives and you know
The suits.
suits. It's always going to be the fight, you know, but it wasn't about those things. Like he would know, you know, I produced this and I produced it, you know, he then of what life and death is. You know, we were Earth. Yeah, you can't, you're not telling Earth that. Y'all know Irv. When Irv got his money, he wants something, he's gonna be, yo, I got the record. I mean, he spoke in, you know, a couple of weeks, whatever.
It should be coming up.
It was one, you know, you know, what's the money, you know, your family can enjoy it. Like, out of body experiences and shit, you know, I just, like I said, I'm seen a lot of death in my face.
I would have loved to see the gang back together. Maybe they were. Just, you know, the whole Murder Inc.
Yeah, that's all the fuck they do.
Because you guys grinded from the bottom. Like,
First, because he felt like, you know, Mike and Diana, you know, they was traitors, they left them, and, you know, when the things was like,
Problem is though, people wait to come back at the funeral.
yeah.
So you say the ship has sailed.
yeah.
And then we've seen, you know, Ashanti speak on it, and you know, seen her post about it. So clearly, there was still love there.
It's always been there. It's crazy because we had conversations prior,
Right.
you know, about, you know, well, they've always been on board. So.
How would Urban felt seeing Hov at the funeral?
You know,
Very.
Thank you.
now your daughter's getting married.
Jordan, he's graduating.
Ago, did you realize like I'm gonna be a father? You know,
I can't fucking find this shit.
survived in hip hop.
Yeah.
I feel like after COVID too, I feel like
Get to, you know, buy your CD.
Appropriate tours, like you know, when you 40.
that's my song.
It's
I hate on the radio.
'cause it feels
It's on
good.
like that's how it feels.
You put on y'all songs and it's like
Come
a good
on.
summertime day. Like, you know, if you feel it, it's different. But for sure, when I went, how did you even know that song? It's TikTok.
Using the record, I'm on the hook with him. I'm
Like,
About as far as how, you know, the public turned on.
Consumers.
Yeah, you know, that's
And fans, yeah.
man. You know, fans are fickle. You know, I knew that. You know, that's what made me kind of transition because you're winning so much. I think that's what, you know, people really. I think that's the issue people really have. You're just fucking too hot. You know what I'm saying? The boy don't lose. And people wanted to see him get a little bit of dent in his armor. That's all.
Did you ever want to reach out to him?
For what? That man is fine, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the crazy thing is, and the crazy thing people don't understand with my beef, and I'm looking at the same thing with Drake's beef. I'm like, he's rich, he's chilling. Same thing with me. I'm like, I'm rich.
you feel like that now, though, but in the moment, you probably was pissed off. Like, yo.
I
'cause
was,
even with the,
but at the end of the day, see, the crazy thing is, things can look so much bigger and deeper in our small bubble.
right.
Because then you ain't doing something right. You know?
To think to yourself, you know, all those years ago, you put out the Clapback record, right?
Yeah.
And when you put it out, everybody was like, what is Ja doing?
Yeah.
But now, 25 years later, not only is the record dope, everybody uses the term Clapback.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
You probably be in the shade
I
room
should've
comments like, this
trademarked
mine.
that. These records, why, you know, like Wonderful.
Oh, Wonderful Fight. Not outgrown each other. And what I mean by that is, if you're talking to 50, Ja gonna come up. If you're talking to Ja, 50 gonna come up.
Yeah. I mean, I don't bring him up per se.
Yeah. That really a bluffing motherfucker ADL.
Our names, our reputation. That's weird. I'm not here to be a bully and bother people. That's not what I'm here to do. You know what I'm saying? But I am a master. So,
yeah. But in a way, you do have to understand why Fit feels the way he feels, though, right? When you think about everything that y'all been through.
I really don't.
Really?
Yeah.
The fighting, the shooting, the stabbing.
What shooting? We ain't got nothing to do with that.
Oh, well.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I know
like
people
that.
like
What the fuck was that, Charlamagne? Like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, yo, these podcasts be out a lot. What the fuck was that, bro? Like, how did that even come out your lips on FCC airwaves? Like, yo, this thing is crazy, yo. Don't say the fighting, the shooting, the stabbing. Like, what? Nigga, when that happen?
Saying,
Yeah.
that ain't got nothing to do with us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I know the reality of it all. You know what I'm saying? And that shit ain't got nothing to do with us.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's good for, you know, people to play that when they want to play that and to play victim when they want to play victim. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, I leave it all alone.
But you see the difference in between
I live
a person of ignorance and a person that know better. You see, he shot that shit down immediately. Now, if they'd have got somebody ignorant up that bitch, they'd have been like, yeah, you know, we did that. Next thing you know, they'd have been getting knocks at their doors, house would have been getting raided, phones would have been getting tapped. I mean, all type of ill shit. But typically, the Breakfast Club don't bring ignorance on their platform. But if this was No Jumper or Vlad or one of them ignorant, one of the people that play on ignorance, yeah, that responded to this, of course, in 50 Cent fashion. What the fuck did 50 Cent dumbass say? So 50 responded and said the Breakfast Club should be ashamed of themselves, asking questions that perpetuate violence. This fool has been ready to go. This fool has been getting ready to go what he calls nuclear for 22 years. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm 50 funny as shit. 50 be on some bullshit a lot. Yo, what? Yo, he's ready to go nuclear for 22 years. God damn. Hey, crazy. They shouldn't even have asked him. They shouldn't even have brought that shit up to that man, though, for real, to be honest. That was irresponsible. But Ja Rule ain't going no nuclear on 50, man. That ain't happening. That is not happening. Hold up, y'all. So Soulja Boy. Did we ever read Soulja Boy? Matter of fact, look at this shit. Yo, remember I was telling y'all how the play that they ran on Black America? Now this is the AIDS play. Stop the spread of AIDS in Murphy Homes Projects, 1998. So for you that don't know, this is a Baltimore project that got took down, I think, in 99. I thought it was way before then, but it happened in 99. So listen to their at the time, you know, AIDS is relatively new, right? You know, they blamed it on needles and people sharing needles. Now, I remember when I was young, right? They used to teach us about needles. You know, if you see a needle on the ground, don't pick it up. Because back then, for some reason, needles was every motherfucking where. It ain't like that now. But back when we was coming up in like the 80s and the early 90s, needles was all over the fucking ground, everywhere. But fast forward now, what we know about HIV, AIDS, and, you know, the whole conception into bringing this shit into, you know, to the community. Look how they played it back then, though.
First, then Washington, D.C. And now Baltimore will distribute bleach to drug abusers in an effort to help stop the spread of AIDS. As Channel 2's David Murphy reports, health officials want addicts who often share needles to clean them with the bleach.
Now, look, right? We know now that HIV didn't come from people sharing needles. But this is the narrative that they spent on the Black community. That it came from, you know, sharing needles was the reason that it was being transferred.
Tuesday at the Murphy Public Housing Project. Children play and drug addicts look for today's fix. What do you use?
Heroin, cocaine. I love cocaine.
Like, yo, they was really interviewing fiends about drugs. Like, yo, this was a serious, yo, Yo, black people deserve reparations for this. Yo, this was a serious fucking play ran on the black community, yo. How they glorified and glamorized fucking drugs, man. Hard drugs. On mainstream news.
This man who...
Yo, I'm not saying he didn't die from Shan Needles, dumbass. See, real right, why you always gotta be fucking stupid? Yo, you gotta stop the stupidity, bro. Yeah, Shan Needles can transfer 1 million diseases. But we talking about how they glamorize HIV/AIDS to the black community.
I'll call John says he's on the hunt for cocaine, but what he'll find today is a group of healthcare workers trying to save him from possibly the deadliest threat an addict who uses needles faces: AIDS.
It don't take but a few minutes to do it. You won't hold them up at all, and bleach kills the virus.
The directions don't look hard.
No, they're very easy.
Starting today, people like Myron will be hitting the streets of 2 Baltimore projects, passing out bottles of bleach so drug users can clean their needles and keep from giving each other AIDS. If you're familiar with our coverage of the drug problem in this area, you know why the outreach program is focusing here. Take a look on the ground. You find more than just blades of grass. You find...
Yo, that's how it really used to be, though, back then. It really used to be needles all over the fucking ground back then. This shit was crazy.
And needles of drug users. It's obvious that John isn't the only person with a problem here. You might argue
I don't even know if this shit true. Like, yo, I don't even, is that even true? Let's see something, yo. Does bleach stop the transmission of HIV on needles?
According to www.katie.ca, rinsing needles and syringes with bleach is not an effective way to prevent HIV and hepatitis C transmission. While some studies show that bleach can kill HIV and hepatitis C in needles and syringes in a laboratory setting, this effectiveness does not translate to the real world.
They owe up, yo. United States government owe up, man. Motherfuckers need to stop focusing on slavery and start focusing on this shit. The war on drugs. Mass incarceration. If people want a legitimate reparations movement, it needs to start here.
Clean their needles is encouraging them to stay high. But these people argue you can't cure a dead addict. Save people like John from AIDS first, they say, then treat their addiction.
I think it's making more likely for me to live longer than I would be living if I wouldn't have used this.
And the longer you live, the more chance you have to beat it.
Yes, sir.
Right.
This bottle of bleach could give people like John another chance. In the city's southwest, David Murphy, Channel 2 News.
The bleach handouts first started on the West Coast 2 years ago. The people handing it out today say that they'll be at it all year long. Did it first?
A whole bunch of bullshit. Shit ain't even work. Now that bitch thinking they getting high cleanly, and that shit ain't working. That's what motherfuckers need to start. If you want to talk reparations, you just start right there. Right fucking there. So earlier that was talking about 4 extra.
Free 4 extra, man. Free 4 extra.
Hey, cuz, we're gonna turn up for you tonight. But get my teeth.
Weird.
Well, if you notice, the plays always start in the West Coast.
How you keep that night doing things like that, homie? You alright?
Yesterday.
He ain't doing nothing.
Now, they say Adam wasn't there. But I'm sure they bought some no jumper cameras there. 305. So he got locked up for a parole violation because he went to the motherfucking the hood day, knowing he on papers with cameras, More than likely, no jumper cameras. Now, Adam wasn't there, but Adam still is held responsible because Adam's a bitch. And if he wasn't on no jumper, he wouldn't have that motherfucking pressure on his ass like that. Yo, but remember a while ago, right? Remember a while ago. Who remembers this? Y'all probably don't remember. I was talking about the writers, right? A lot of times it's not the rappers, it's the writers. And a lot of these writers are able to write music for people and remain incognito. Remember we talked about that? Who remember that conversation? Like we ain't had it in a while. It was a long time ago. Now, this girl named Esther Dane. Now, this is on a smaller level because it's just dissing Beyonce. But on a larger level, when you got some of these rap lyrics that get released to the world and how detrimental that shit be, yo, niggas don't be knowing if they coming from the rapper or some rap or some writer that we'll never know. So this woman named Esther Dane wrote for Carrie Hilson, Turn On Me remix. So in this song, Carrie Hilson dissed Beyonce. So Carrie Hilson was on, I think, The Breakfast Club. I think it was The Breakfast Club. And she talked about she didn't like that song. But she was kind of forced to rap it.
So I have to ask you a question. This is, Phil had another writer in our camp at the time. He had her write this. So he played it for me like this is the remix because I'm thinking I'm coming in to go write a remix to turn me on. Like the whole time I had been writing concepts, but I come into the studio and he plays me this verse and I'm like, automatically I'm like, I'm not saying that. Mm-hmm. That was my position. So I tried to fight him on it and I began writing my own. That's what I did with my time there. But I want to be careful with the word I use. Mm-hmm. It was quite forceful, you know what I mean?
In an executive artist way?
Yeah, in an executive artist way only. Mm-hmm. Involving others and kind of threatening my career in a sense, in a real sense. Like, you're not coming, because my album wasn't out yet. Had another
So they made her diss Beyonce. Made her do it. She said she didn't even want to do it. So how many artists go through this with these lyrics and these detrimental lyrics that gets released to the public? Many artists go through this, man. Probably a whole lot. Just saying, man. You gotta pay. These writers are able to write these songs, and we'll never know who they is.
Boy, I was giving y'all hell. On my mama, I would.
Mo3 crashing out.
Didn't I rob this whole YG? Folks say I'm good. His name YG. Didn't I take this whole dope and didn't give it back? I told him get it in blood. Then I took his weed for him, took 2 zips from him, and he ain't do shit.
Nah, I ain't do nothing.
Okay. All right, then. Check this out. When I took that dope from him, I wasn't this nigga. I was broke in the bitch. That's why I took it from him. I was hungry. I needed something. He was looking like a lick. He was friendly on the block. You were friendly on the block. I don't know no fam gutter. YG, you was friendly. I'm telling you. You know that. I pulled up, I asked you, say, bitch, I need to scope something. Knowing I ain't had no money. Soon as you came outside, I said, I've been running to get the money. Boom, I hit him with some counterfeits. He came back talking about damn blood, you gonna do me like that? I said, get it in blood. That's on my kids, on my little girl, I ain't doing no flexing. It's facts. That's on all my kids. Boy,
Mo3 was tripping, man. Mo3 wasn't gonna last long. Clout was gonna end Mo3. I think Clout ultimately did end Mo3 to a certain level.
So let's talk about the whole Bloodhound thing. So were you Bloodhound?
Now look, right? What the fuck is he on this platform for? Why is Q50 on Vlad? Y'all think Vlad listens to Q50 music? Does anybody think Vlad rides around bumping Bloodhound Q50? It's like, I mean, how many people think that in chat, man? Vlad be riding around. Yo, have y'all listened to his music? Remember we tried to listen to a couple days ago? Hot garbage. You know what I mean? Q50 is on Vlad TV because Vlad wants to implicate Q50 in some motherfucking crimes. I wouldn't be surprised if Q50 get indicted not too far this interview. Now, listen to this question that Vlad asked this boy. He did a good job of dodging it.
High school, or that happened afterwards?
Nah, that's just my rap name.
Let's go back.
Okay, so let's talk about the whole Bloodhound thing. So were you Bloodhound in high school, or that happened afterwards?
Nah, that's just my rap name.
Just your rap name?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, because Bloodhound is about 10 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I was, what, 10?
Yeah, when it first started, is what they say. You know, right around the drill wave that first happened in Chicago, that's when Bloodhound first came about.
Damn, I didn't know that. You teaching me some shit.
Bruh. But you're saying that's just your rap name?
Yeah, that's just my rap name.
Okay, but right around 2022, things started getting kind of hectic.
2022, I had
Hold up, y'all. We gotta go to this video, man. Because I'm sure Vlad tried to trick that boy. Vlad TV. Vlad TV. Jesus Christ. I'm sure he tried to trick him. He probably tried to trick him in that old interview. Please talk about a crime. All I need you to do is admit to one crime. That's it. Just one crime, man. And y'all can see, y'all, I don't watch these guys. Like I be telling y'all. I have no interest in watching these guys for real. Let's see where the fuck is this at. Oh, it's 2 minutes.
Gold standard. Gold dust. Pot of gold.
We're trying to get this boy killed or indicted or something. There's definitely a master plan behind it because he damn sure don't listen to his music.
Okay, you're 18 years old, high school graduate.
Nah,
what was the plan?
I was 17.
17. Okay,
Yeah.
17 years old, high school graduate. Like, what was your plan in terms of making money at that point?
It's like I had my little ways of making money while I was in school, so it's like I ain't do shit but continue to keep doing that and just going harder type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so let's talk about the whole Bloodhound thing. So were you Bloodhound in high school, or that happened afterwards?
Nah, that's just my rap name.
Just your rap name?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, because Bloodhound is about 10 years old.
Damn, I mean, I was, what, 10?
Yeah, when it first started, is what they say.
So let me help you out.
Right around the drill wave that first happened in Chicago, that's when Bloodhound first came about.
Damn, I didn't know that. You teaching me some shit.
But you're saying that's just your rap name?
Yeah, that's just my rap name.
Okay, but
here you go
right
again.
around 2022,
see, this is what they do, y'all. This is why you can blame them for the shit that they do. They ask the same question 7 different ways. That's not good journalism, y'all. That is interrogation tactics. Learn from police officers and homicide detectives and FBI agents. The man already said he don't know nothing about Bloodhound. It's just his rap name. Why then double back and ask him the same question again?
That's just my rap name.
Okay, but right around 2022, things started getting kind of hectic.
What's up? What's up?
2022, I had
Yeah, I mean, Bloodhound and a bunch of other crews in that area started to, have problems and, violence started to break out.
What the fuck?
I mean, were you getting in trouble around that time, or were you kind of out of the way?
No, I always been out the way. I'm still out the way. I was out the way for sure.
Okay, so the Q50 name, how did that come about?
Shit. I like him. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? I
might
like
be
him
Dave.
infinities. That always been my favorite type of guy. And then shit, my name. So like that shit just came about. You know what I'm saying?
What'd he say?
All right, because your name is Quell?
What was the question?
Okay. So the Q50 name.
Mm-hmm.
How did that come about?
Shit. I like him. You know what I'm saying? I like infinities. That always been my favorite type of guy.
I
And
said
then
like
shit, my
infinity.
name. So like that shit just came about. You know what I'm saying?
I hope he did a good job.
All right, because your name is Quell?
Yeah.
Okay, so why the 50?
It's like, you see what I'm saying? You see the connection, like an infinity Q50.
He like the Q50,
You know what I'm
nigga.
saying? Like, you see the connection, you see how I'm getting that? Like that's how it came.
He already told you he like the Q50. It's like, yo, these niggas is crazy. Hold up, y'all. Let's go see what's the fuck going on with this interview. I know he tried to jab Shorty up. No, he tried to jam him up. This nigga is wild, man. Some wild guys on this internet, man. So let's see old Adam Grand Mason. The Grand Mason. Why is No Jumper going broke?
All right, here we go. Adam 22. Welcome back to Vlad TV.
Happy to be here. How you doing, Vlad?
Hey, just did your show, and after doing your show by myself, an epic moment in independent hip-hop media history happened.
Yo, that shit was not
pretty good. Yeah,
that shit was not epic. Who the fuck told him that was epic? yo, who the fuck up? Yo, who the fuck told them that was epic? Him? You had a fucking police, a whole police force, YouTube task force, FBI division sitting in one room. They wasn't nothing, that shit was despicable, disgraceful. What's nothing epic about that? Who, like, where did they get this shit from? Who told Vlad that was epic? Epic? Yo, I think that is a stretch. That is a very strong word to use for 5 police to be sitting together. I thought that was a fucking police meeting. Nothing more, nothing less.
We
Who the
had
fuck is
me,
spamming
you,
comments?
Akademiks, Wack, Trap Lord Ross, and Remo all in one room for about 3.5 hours. And yeah, I don't know if I can think of a comparable collaboration where you had that many people
Yo, come on,
with
bro.
million subscriber plus channels all in one room as far as hip hop goes, at the very least.
Yeah, we're gonna show the photo right here. It's just a very dope photo because everyone.
What the fuck makes this photo dope? He didn't got people killed. This motherfucker just put out a wild ass documentary on Big U that I had never watched. This motherfucker right here, hundreds of people died behind that drill shit that he was doing. This nigga is scared of Eugene. Screamed to the heavens when Eugene pressed him at the fucking at the Novo. I don't even know where the fuck he came from. This guy's an atheist. He's content over everything. He acts like he's friends with black people, but meanwhile, he don't give a fuck about them. It's all content related. What is epic about this? All of these guys are dishonorable. I don't really know too much about Rainbow, but him, all dishonorable. Maybe that's epic. I never seen so many dishonorable people in a picture before. Maybe that's the epic part of the whole thing. Like, have anybody seen anything like this before? He got the little kid killed and went up there and talked about that fucking story. Paid them to come up there and crash out. This nigga put crimes on every motherfucking body. He labeled King Von a demon. Meanwhile, King Von ain't no fucking demon. He called him a serial killer. We know about him already. And he just scared to death of Eugene. Like, this motherfucker is sleeping very comfortable at night with his feet up in the air, ass out. Now that Eugene is finally behind bars, he can walk the streets of LA. And he just is who the fuck he is, a fucking chump. And Remo is just, we don't know where he fit into the equation. We gotta give him a little bit of time to develop. Then we can put him where he deserved to be. But epic, maybe for police unity. I mean, other than that, ain't nothing that, as far as hip hop, no, this ain't, they ain't nothing epic about this. And where the fuck they got that from?
We're in that room. It's cool, supporting each
BTB
other.
Savage, right.
And people are like, oh, so does everyone get to put that on their channel? And I'm like, no, that was no jumper. I wouldn't even think to ask. Like, that's his thing. It was on his platform. We just happened to show up.
Right.
But this is how cool it is. And, you know, it's just nice to see what I've always thought was the best possible situation is all of us working together, none of us really competing with each other. Because historically in media companies have always clashed with each other, which I always thought was stupid.
Right. You always put me onto that from very early on. If you have a new competitor, somebody who's doing similar content to you, reach out and embrace them when they're early in their journey, because, you know, there's just not a lot to be gained from conflict and having issues with people. But meanwhile, forming good relationships with people who are coming up in the space can help you out in the long run. And I think a lot of people, me, Ross, Ack, we all kind of look at you as kind of the godfather because you really saw how a lot of this shit was going to play out in the long run.
No, it's enough of this. Can't play that on my platform. The Godfather, the blueprint. Nope, not over here. Get the fuck out my page. We ain't even doing that. Hold on. Let me go to this nigga. Let's see what the criminal lawyer said. Yo, man, we talked about this the other day, right? Let's see what this fuck boy said. The criminal lawyer. I want to brought him to the internet.
Everybody is doing this knee-jerk bullshit where, oh, you, no, you, no, you. And, you know, they do it on the...
Fuck you, nigga. What you talking about? Let's see what he's talking about.
So the suspect is a guy by the name of Carmelo Anthony, and he's been charged with first-degree murder. Let's just kind of look at a clip, video.
First-degree murder, y'all. First-degree murder. Not manslaughter or involuntary manslaughter, but first-degree murder. Okay.
A teenager accused of stabbing another student athlete at a track meet told officers as he was being taken into custody that he did it in self-defense.
Austin Metcalf was killed this week at that Frisco track meet. New documents detail what happened.
Frisco police officer who detained him that he had stabbed Metcalf.
One of the things I like about cases like this is there's
no
dispute as to what happened, right? There's no dispute that I had a knife and I stabbed this guy. Okay, there is a dispute as to exactly how it happened and what does it mean legally. Self-defense, number one, you can't start the fight. You can't start a fight and then avail yourself of self-defense. So if I punch you in the face, I lose my right to claim self-defense. Number two, the force that you use has to be proportional. You can't use a firearm when somebody is like hitting you with a feather. I mean, obviously that's an extreme example, but
get them out my screen. Yeah, why do people even entertain these niggas? Yeah, this is how I skim through YouTube, y'all. When I'm not on YouTube, you sitting there with that elementary school breakdown, nigga. Get into some motherfucking particulars, nigga. Bitch ass nigga. Yo, but look at this. Now I think this is the same Dewberry place. I mean Drury place. I think this might be the same place that Slim Thug was living in. So it's a Ring video called 3 Men Attempted to Break into an Apartment. There were 2 attempts on March 22nd and 24th. Houston police investigators said this was an isolated incident. The tenants were given 3 days to move out after voicing her safety concerns to the property manager. I think this is the same spot where what's the con was at. But look at this shit. This shit is crazy. Like somebody's setting up their tenants. Shorty's in a hallway with a look like a, I don't know what the fuck that is.
Y'all can't be that goddamn dumb.
You can't be that dumb.
And these young boys is wilding. They will end up getting their head knocked off, breaking into people's house. I'll be right that bitch at the door with the strap. All right, let's get to Soulja Boy, y'all. So Soulja Boy had a lawsuit on his name that he ultimately lost.
Think about the verdict.
Today, I stand before you deeply disappointed in the verdict delivered in my case. I firmly believe that the decision made in court was not based on facts or substantial evidence, but rather on factors that were outside of my control. The truth was overshadowed by the involvement of individuals such as the jury who were not present during the events in question. And I feel that the system allowed external influences to shape the outcome. Furthermore, the use of Jane Doe as the identity of the accusers raises serious concerns about fairness. Keeping these individuals anonymous while I'm forced to face public scrutiny creates an unequal playing field. I believe this entire process has been tainted by a system that is not designed to protect the rights of the accused. I want to make it clear that I'm innocent. This case was never about justice. It was about money and personal gain. And I will not let that stand. I am committed to filing an appeal and fighting for the truth to be revealed. I will continue to stand by my decision and believe that I did not commit the crimes I'm accused of. Thank you to everyone who has supported me during this time. I promise that I will fight until the end to clear my name and expose the truth. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. Would you mind repeating the first three sentences? I apologize.
Today, I stand before you deeply disappointed in the verdict delivered in my case. I firmly believe that the decision made in court was not based on facts or substantial evidence, but rather on factors that were outside of my control. The truth was overshadowed by the involvement of individuals such as the jury who were not present during the event.
He chat GTP that shit
in question. And I feel like the system allowed external influence to shape the outcome.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was chat GTP. Yo, so what the fuck? Did we ever read Soulja Boy lawsuit? What was Soulja Boy lawsuit? What they say he did? Ain't nobody done no YouTube video on it. Let's see. Soulja Boy lawsuit. What the fuck he did? The shocking truth about Soulja Boy lawsuit. We just gonna read it. So it's articles on it. Let's read the article. What was Soulja Boy lawsuit about?
Sexual battery. According to Yahoo.com, Soulja Boy was sued in 2021 over alleged sexual battery, assault, false imprisonment, hostile work environment, emotional distress, and wage violations by his ex-assistant.
The assistant, who goes under the name Jane Doe, in court alleges she suffered severe physical and emotional harm due to Soulja Boy's alleged actions. In her original 2021 lawsuit obtained by In Touch, Jane claimed she started working for the musician as his personal assistant in December 2018 and was responsible for a variety of tasks, including cleaning, cooking, handling luggage, styling his car, driving him around, vetting guests, handling travel, and any other requests. She claimed she was paid $500 per week and was allowed to live in this LA home, where she worked 7 days a week, up to 20 hours a day. Their relationship took a turn when the rapper allegedly began sending her unsolicited photos of his penis during her first month on the job. She said Soulja Boy began to act abusively and violently. She claimed alleged abuse, including numerous instances of physical violence, kicking, throwing, punching, sexual assaults, spitting on her body, and threats of physical violence and death. Man, they was in a relationship. Jane claimed Soulja sexually assaulted her for the first time in February 2019. Her suit alleged the rapper expressed remorse and gave her $1,000. Oh my God. Yeah, she was fucking, yo. They was in a relationship. 1 year later, she claimed the rapper told her, "I should have killed you." Following a violent encounter in April 2020, Jane's suit accused Soulja of punching her in the head 10 times during the relationship. In addition, she accused Soulja of locking her in a room, against her will for 3 days with no hot water after she tried to quit and leave him. Jane claimed he convinced her not to leave him. Months later, Jane claimed she feared for her life during the incident in August 2020. She claimed to return to the home in September or October 2020 to retrieve items. To retrieve attempts. Jane accused Soulja of arguing her again. On numerous occasions, Jane advanced the cost of food, cell phone, groceries, and other purchases that were directed by Soulja Boy, and Soulja failed to reimburse her for these expenses that were related to her employment with him. Oh, man. Come on, y'all. They was in a relationship. He was only giving $500 a week for that job.
Why you going to ask for some money, nigga? Go tell the police to come lock me up, bitch. If I touched your ass, bitch. Lying ass, bitch. Ain't nobody touched your funky ass, bitch. On my mama, y'all can't see what these folks trying to do then. Fuck y'all. Y'all want to believe what these folks saying? Y'all want to promote this shit? Come on, nigga. Come lock me up, nigga. The fuck? Where the charges at? Come on, nigga. Why you going to ask for some money, nigga? Go tell the police to come lock me. Who the fuck want money for being sexually assaulted? Who the fuck wants some money for that? Bitch, go lock the nigga up. That's how you know this shit is scam, nigga. The fucking system is broken, nigga. My mama, nigga. And shit set up for black niggas to fail. Who the fuck want money for being
I ain't gonna lie, that $4 million fuck around break shorty. He got to kick out $4 million. You see what the game doing? Game been ducking, kicking out that money he owed for who knows how long. Now, have y'all seen this?
Last year, February 2024, prosecutors saying McKnight was the only person who could have shot her ex-boyfriend, Michael McCoy, in that home. McCoy said he could not see when he woke up in excruciating pain during the overnight hours of February 10th. He couldn't tell who shot him, but he was adamant that he did not shoot himself. And to his knowledge, McKnight was the only other person in the home when he went to bed. We heard from Cumberland County District Attorney Sean McCormack just shortly ago about the case he was prosecuting to help avoid any conflicts of interest with county and state law enforcement.
I think what I talked about in my closing is using your common sense. That's what I urge the jurors to do.
So this is
there were
a judge.
2 people in that house, and only 2 people in that house. And one of them, the one who was shot, said he did not shoot himself. The logical conclusion is the other person did it.
The McKnight was led out of the courtroom after the verdict was read in handcuffs. She was being taken to the Dauphin County prison as she had her bail raised to $3 million after the convictions occurred earlier today. A sentencing is set for May. However, her defense attorney indicated that he intends to appeal the verdict that came out of court today. He said that he simply just does not agree with what prosecutors argued and that McKnight did not shoot McCoy. But again, she will face sentencing in May and was taken to the Dauphin County prison after the verdict was read today. Again, Sonia McKnight, district judge here in the Harrisburg area, convicted of attempted murder and aggravated assault. Last year...
God damn, Judge. Judge, this bitch crashing out. She just shot 2 of her boyfriends and shit. Judge tripping. You got Kanye West back on another Twitter rant. He said, how much does it cost to kill Ye? Somebody said 10 million. What the fuck is wrong with Kanye? I'm like, and for $10 million, I'd do it myself. How much you think it costs to kill Ye? The Jews, Jay-Z are the only people that can afford that. You think Drake would triple X me? Well, he's already with 1X, so he just needs 2 more. What the fuck is wrong? Somebody need to get a hold of Kanye phone, man. Now he's also beefing with the gang right now too. He's also beefing with the gang because he said he gave the gang 2 Maybachs. And the game didn't why a gang who I gave 2 Maybachs to is showing love to top 5 who caused me threatening to kill me? Well, I guess I'm not going to be executive producing that album anymore. So the gang responded and said, you asked me, did I know top 5? I said, yeah. You said he was threatening you. I asked you if you wanted me to reach out to him. You again said, yeah. So I hit top 5 to tell him let it go. Out of respect for me, he agreed. I texted you to tell you it was done and you changed your number. Yo, Kanye crazy as a motherfucker. I said he changed his number. He fucking around blocked his ass. Kanye ain't fuck with none of them rap niggas. So, hold up, he ain't done yet either. Taylor Swift has issued a cease and desist letter against Kanye for explicit comments he recently made about her on X. So he said, I'm mad I haven't F Taylor Swift yet. I know Taylor like how the F. I know Taylor like how the fuck he know that. I'll show you an example of racism. Justin Bieber and Harry Styles F Taylor Swift from both sides and didn't call me. Oh, I forgot. I can't hold water. On everything, this tweet is 1000% true. Yo, what the fuck is they Kanye out this bitch tripping. Yo, I don't know how long they gonna let that shit go on with Kanye, but fuck him. Yeah, I mean, that's how he feel. Yo, but let me talk about something real though. We gotta go back to Baltimore for this. 2 9-year-olds killed in car crash in Baltimore. Look at this shit, y'all. Sad as a motherfucker.
Snap your W-2 and file your taxes 100% free. Plus, get your biggest
It might be true, yo, if he can prove it. If he can get Justin Bieber to say, yeah, man, yo, dead fucker. Defamation suit canceled. It's like, I don't know. Yo, but this is sad as shit, yo. So the story goes like this, right? The guy, right, took his daughter, her 2 friends out the go-kart riding. So after he drops his daughter off, he on the way to drop the other 2 kids off, ends up in a police chase. Yo, we just talked about these police chases. I don't know why everybody think, yo, that's like the thing to do right now. Yo, but police chases, yo, are highly fucking dangerous. Highly dangerous. Now, I guess more details of this going to come out. But the guy who dropped his daughter off ended up dying. Killed himself. Killed the 2 little girls he had in the back seat. Like, oh, this shit is fucking tragic, man.
Year-old girls worked to process their grief after the 2 girls were killed in a Beltway car crash this weekend. Maryland State Police say they were trying to pull over the vehicle before it crashed. And that crash happened at the I-83 exit ramp on Saturday night.
Sorry, Fox 45 Jeff Abel spoke to police and joins us live with an update, Jeff.
Well, not even police can explain exactly what went wrong in this case, but what we do know is that 3 minutes after troopers pulled over a vehicle, it sped away and erupted in a ball of flames, killing everyone inside. Just off the Baltimore Beltway, all that's left is a burned embankment, a crushed guardrail, and plenty of questions about the crash that cost 2 little girls their lives. Just minutes before the crash, a state trooper patrolling here at the Green Spring Avenue exit on the Beltway had stopped the vehicle, a Jeep Wrangler, which was carrying the 2 9-year-old girls and was driven by a 36-year-old man who was one of the girls' uncles.
As the trooper was approaching the vehicle, the Jeep took off. At that point, the trooper did not pursue the vehicle. He returned to his vehicle, deactivate his emergency lights, and re-entered traffic.
3 minutes later, police say the Jeep struck the embankment on the I-83 South exit and went up in a ball of flames, killing all three on board.
Preliminary investigation indicates that the Jeep was attempting to exit onto the ramp for southbound I-83 when, for unknown reasons, lost control, hit an embankment, then a large tree before catching fire.
9-year-old Bailey Brooks and her best friend Serenity Gross attended the Lutherville lab, where today parents and students were informed about the little girl's deaths. "We are all devastated by this news," wrote the principal in a letter to parents, and offered counseling and other resources for students struggling with the deaths of their classmates. In a statement released by the family of 9-year-old Bailey Brooks, family members write, "Our family is naturally devastated by this tragedy. The family would like to thank the entire community for their love and support. And while we grieve for our Bailey, we pray our support for all of the families impacted by this tragedy." Well, tonight, detectives are still sifting through footage from body-worn cameras and highway cameras, trying to determine exactly what went wrong in this case and why. We're live tonight, Jeff Abel.
Yeah, the family don't trust that story. Something don't make sense. Because the police never pursued or turned on their sirens, why the fuck did y'all keep driving at high rates of speed? And for one, yo, listen, let me tell you something, right? Yo, you can't ride fast and hit corners in a fucking in a car that's top heavy. If you riding in a truck that's top heavy, that bitch gonna flip. Probably 95% of the time. The minute you try to hit a corner in one of them Wranglers, that's you know how they built top heavy, man, that bitch gonna flip, man. That shit gonna flip. I thought everybody knew that. That shit stupid as a motherfucker. So the family want more information. Uh, 10:30, 10:45.
We miss our beloved Bailey, but there are 3 families that are hurting here as well.
Questions remain as the investigation continues into the heartbreaking Beltway crash that took the lives of 2 9-year-old girls Saturday night. Tonight, the family of one of the girls is asking Maryland State Police to share dash cam and any other video that may help piece together the moments that led to this tragedy. Fox 45's Ashley Kuzikanki joins us live with their plea and a response. Ashley?
Mackenzie, Maryland State Police say investigators from the crash team are actively working to finish this investigation and provide closure to the families. In between the raindrops, Friday afternoon.
Last week, our entire family changed forever.
Nearly 7 days since a tragic crash that took 2 9-year-old girls and an uncle.
Losing our niece and our cousin, we can't put a price on the value that Bailey meant to our family.
The family of Bailey Brooks is making a request to the Maryland State Police for any video from first responders.
The family of Bailey Brooks is asking the state police and the county and state officials who are in the position to provide a little bit more light on what happened that dark night to do so.
Bailey Brooks and her best friend, Serenity Gross, were 2 passengers in a Jeep Wrangler driven by an uncle April 5th. The tragic incident happened after the uncle dropped off his own daughter and was on their way to drop off Brooks and Gross, all coming from go-kart riding.
Bailey and her best friends were with a trusted relative, and I think it's important to not jump to any conclusions.
Maryland State Police attempted to stop the vehicle at the Greenspring Avenue exit for failing to maintain its lane.
As the trooper was approaching the vehicle, the Jeep took off. At that point, the trooper did not pursue the vehicle. He returned to his vehicle, activated his emergency lights, and re-entered traffic.
A few minutes later, the Jeep lost control, crashing into an embankment on the I-83 South exit, bursting into flames. The Brooks' family now continuing Bailey's legacy at the Charm School Project, an organization for dance and mentorship, a place where Bailey's spirit will live on. The website reading the fund will help provide financial support to young girls.
Some kids, and the family is asking that in lieu of flowers, in lieu of anything, to donate to that scholarship fund to help some other children that may be in a situation where they may not be able to afford to do that.
Maryland State Police add more information will be shared as it becomes available throughout this ongoing investigation.
They're gonna take forever.
We'll keep you updated. Reporting
I'm
live.
gonna tell you how you know if they lying. If they take forever to release the video. Because normally in these type of situations, they release the video quick as a bitch. Just to show, look, we ain't had nothing to do with it. This was days ago. When this happened? This is a couple days ago. Damn, yo, that's crazy though, but yo, you do not go on a run, yo, with like yo, people be tripping, yo. Like, I didn't got pulled over, right? I didn't got pulled over dirty as a motherfucker. Kids in the car and all that shit. And I've been faced with that decision several times. Like, yo, what the fuck am I going to do? If these motherfuckers tell me to get out the car, what the fuck am I going to do? I mean, am I going to pull off? My kids in the car? I can't see me doing that. I can't see me doing that. Because it's just too dangerous. It's too risky. And they ain't got shit to do with what the fuck I got going on. You feel me? So, am I going to get out and run? If I get out and run, say I get away. They're going to tow my car. The kids going to go down CPS. They're going to probably call it. It's just going to be a whole... Man, I might as well just sit here and just hope for the best. You feel me? Like, yo, niggas be so scared to go to fucking jail. Like, yo, I don't know what happened. Like, yo, for real. Yo, what the fuck happened, man? Yo, whatever you was getting pulled over for. Now he's dead. And you ain't just die. You took 2 innocent kids' life with you. All because his inability to accept whatever consequences based off whatever decision he was making. Whatever decision you had, I don't know if he was drunk. I don't know if he had guns. I don't know if he had drugs. I don't know if he had a warrant. But whatever it was, wasn't worth death, bro. Like, yo, we living in this world. Yo, like, yo, I get it. I get it. I mean, nobody wants to go to jail. Yo, but you got to know when it's appropriate versus when it's not. And I'm telling you, yo, I got pulled over. I might have had like 2 ounces. I probably had like 2 ounces of cane, a strap, and I was traveling state lines. But yo, I couldn't pull off. Not my kids in the car, man. Now, if I was by myself, I probably still wouldn't have did it. You feel me? Because that's not, you're not going to win that chase. You're not going to win the chase when the police is already on your heels. You're not going to win that. You can, but it's very risky. Yo. I'm not willing to put my life on the line that way. I ain't willing. I'm not willing to, yo, because even if you get away, yo, it's just through the grace of God, yo. It ain't because you're no good driver. Because all it takes for you to go through a motherfucking light and another car to be coming in, it's over. It's over. That's all it takes, man. All it takes for you to misjudge a turn and it's fucking over. Like, yo, nigga, I don't know what world people is living in, yo, but yo, you do not get away because you're a good driver. But that's what's being taught, New Jersey Drive. I mean, that's what New Jersey Drive was about. That's what's been programmed. Yo, the only time you get away is because God protected you for whatever reason. Because you could have went through any one of them stop signs, any one of them lights, and another car could have been coming at the same time, and everybody in the car did. That's simple. It ain't worth it, y'all. I don't know what he was running from. They never even explained it. That's what made me think it's more to this story. Because they just said he had a warrant. They just said they found guns. They didn't explain nothing. Other than the fact we ain't chased him. We got up the street 3 minutes away. He was crashed into an embankment. Car engulfed in flames. No, it's more to that story, man. They're gonna have to release that motherfucking. They're gonna have to release that motherfucking that body cam footage. They're gonna have to release that body cam footage. But rest in peace to all them people, man. But that's down bad, bro. You took them little girls' life with you, man. Shit fucked up. So 42 Doug embracing the rat.
I'm rocking with Mitch and I ain't giving him a dime.
Yo, embracing the shit out this rat. 42 Doug crazy as a motherfucker, boy. Fuck out of here, nigga. Niggas be selective as a motherfucker. Selective politicking. All right, but look at this. Did I show y'all this?
Release like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shots. The in-home surveillance video shows the murder as it played out. The video, which we decided to play on mute because the sounds are way too graphic, shows a man run up the stairs of this home on Emerson Trail early Friday morning. He first shoots through the door and then kicks his way in. Once inside, he opened fire. The video shows him run back down the stairs and out the door. Bullets hit 19-year-old Akila Clark. She died at the scene. She fell on impact, and at that very end, I knew that my daughter was gone. Newton County Sheriff's deputies tell me the shooting rampage began at this Walmart on Salem Road. They say an employee identified as 24-year-old Dwayne Uda got into some sort of argument with 2 other employees. Deputies say Uda then walked out to his car, got a gun, and returned to the store.
Located a Mr. Khalif Barksdale and shot that gentleman. He located Ryan Bradley and shot that gentleman.
Yeah, she cheated on all. She fucking both of them.
Ryan Bradley, critically wounded. Deputies say they eventually found Uda right across the state line in South Carolina. Once surrounded by law enforcement, they say Uda shot himself.
Mr. Uda is currently in a hospital in Augusta in critical condition.
As for a motive, investigators still don't have those details. But Samantha Clark says though her daughter was not in a relationship with Uda, she did complain of issues at the Walmart.
If he survives this, it's a self-inflicted wound. What do you want him to know?
I don't have anything to say to him.
Now, Samantha Clark did show up here at the press briefing and actually questioned deputies about how long it took for authorities to respond to her home after that deadly shooting. That is a part of the story that I'm working on, all new for Channel 2 Action News beginning at 5. Right now, we are live here in Newton County. Audrey Washington, Channel 2 Action News.
Let's find out some more on that. Channel 2 Action News. Yeah, see, the mother said they wasn't in a relationship, but I tend to think they more than likely was. They don't update their YouTube. Channel 2 Action News. Hit that like button, y'all.
According to fastslang.com, the slang term...
Let's get to 100 likes, man. We've been slacking on the likes. I ain't really been tripping off of it for real. They've been playing with our numbers anyway. That's it. So he shot the dude at work. shot 2 people at work, then drove to her house and killed her. Damn. That's vicious, y'all. It's that serious, bro? God damn. You even got kids by the girl?
Updated us on a shooting spree that left 2 people dead, 1 person hurt. It started at this Walmart on Salem Road in Covington.
We took you to the scene live as deputies gathered evidence during Channel 2 Action News this morning. News since then, deputies identified those involved. Channel 2's Audrey Washington is live in Newton County with video of one of the shootings that some may find disturbing. Audrey.
Right, deputies still don't know the motive in this case. What they do know is that the suspect shot 2 of his co-workers here inside this Walmart, then drove to another co-worker's home about a mile away from here and shot and killed her. As you said, the video you are about to see that the victim's mother gave to me is disturbing.
He released like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shots.
The in-home surveillance video shows the murder as it played out. The video, which we decided to play on mute because the sounds are way too graphic, shows a man run up the stairs of this home on Emerson Trail early Friday morning. He first shoots through the door and then kicks his way in. Once inside, he opened fire. The video shows him run back down the stairs and out the door. Bullets hit 19-year-old Akila Clark. She died at the scene.
She fell on impact. And at that very end, I knew that.
What's up, Jane?
I knew that my daughter was gone.
That's the same video. I thought they said he was doing another video.
The shooting rampage began at this.
I thought they said he was doing another video on this. It's the same one we just watched. Man, that's vicious, y'all. Some wild people out this bitch. It's the same person. No, that ain't the same person. He out there killing girls in Atlanta. What this is it?
I heard that. Woo!
He was 1 room away from.
Had such an active weather pattern, but if you're going to time it out.
Them motherfuckers don't want to face consequences. I think the same person. Don't nobody want to face consequences no more, man. I think that's cowardly, yo. To do some shit like this to try to kill yourself, that's a bitch move. Nigga, stand on it, nigga. Yeah, man. Yeah, so Jay Prince calls out Adam and Wack 100. Now I told you I ain't even no Jay Prince fan. I told y'all Jay Prince got 2 federal investigations squashed. Now some people can look at that like power, which it is. I guess you can call it power. I call it compromise. You feel me? Because I don't believe that you can pour something like that and then people help you in that manner and you give them nothing. I think they're gonna want a little bit more than money, to be honest. 2 investigations federally squashed. 2. Then you see the video that he put out when his YBN, whatever the dude's name is, got robbed in New York. Those guys end up getting indicted because Jay Prince put up a post on my fucking Facebook calling out their names, or Instagram calling out their names, which was insanely wild. But, you know, him and Wack is into it.
That's me. You ain't gonna hear us, you know, on no podcast hating and belittling, trying to tear down our fellow man versus uplifting and going on a podcast every day to snitch on somebody, you know, taking, you know, advantage of the youth, those that hadn't fully developed their wisdom to the extent where they can be tricked and naive. You got these suckers that's around here taking advantage of them, lying to them, talking loud, trying to make it appear that they some type of bulldog or big dog when they really just a chihuahua. You know what I mean? These dudes are poodles. But they want to fool y'all with all of this expression and all this Hollywood shit that they do. And they undercover sissies. And that's just the truth. Yeah, that's me. You ain't gonna hear us.
Man, I don't think he wrong when it comes down to this.
Y'all loud and clear. I hear you loud and clear. And this portrait is so much bigger than rat behavior until, every time I talk, if it's one of y'all that embrace the game that I give, then it's worth me walking and talking to you. Now, when all of you become damn fools and nobody want to embrace wisdom no more, then I'm going to ride on off to the sunset. I'm going to ride on off to the sunset because I'm going to feel like I'm wasting my breath and my time. But until then, man, I want to see my people win. You know what I mean? I want to see y'all win. I want to see y'all break this poverty curse that's been having our families in bondage for decades. I hear y'all loud and clear. I hear you loud and clear. And y'all see me live in the living color. Y'all see me walking? Yeah. I can walk in peace. See, I can walk solo. I can walk in peace. And
Wack can't walk in peace. I mean, he probably can walk now. But part of the reasons Wack line big you up is because you heard him say it from himself. When him and Big U fell out, Wack 100 changed his number, his address. He transferred his kids out of school. His mother had to move. Like, everything. Like, the man rearranged his whole life. Like, now, he didn't say all of that, but he did say that, he had to switch up how he moved, because Big U knew his movements. So, part of the reason Wack 100 lined up Big U is because Wack 100 was scared to death. He couldn't move around California. He had to stand Pacoima. Right? He couldn't go to LA County. It was frustrating for him. It was real. It was a tenuous moment. Yeah, it was a stressful moment in his life, it's something he had to give. Wack 100 and Big U couldn't be in LA at the same time. Now, I don't think Big U cared too much. Like, he didn't, but when it came down to Wack, somebody had to go. He was uncomfortable. He was trembling. He stayed in his rear views. He didn't know what was next. So his only option was to set Big U up and send him to prison, right? And Jay Prince is right when it comes down to these podcasts is preying on ignorance. We talk about that often. They prey on ignorance. They can't get me or a lot of us to get up there and talk about crimes, especially other people's crimes. But when you're dealing with ignorance, you can damn near get them to talk about anything. All you got to do is rearrange this question 3 times. All you got to do is tap into police mode.
Hoods, suburbs, on the moon. It don't matter.
I was just joking. I don't know where he be at. He probably do be in Vegas.
When it's real everywhere. And when you understand that you got God's favor, then no weapon formed against you shall prosper. I ask him to make my enemies my footstool all the time. And trust me, a lot of them has been delivered to me. And I dealt with them accordingly. Y'all see me live in the living color?
Yeah, but Wack it's frustrated, man. He just couldn't move around. Couldn't move around, man. Big U put the clamps on him. All right, so look at this though, y'all. Hold up, before we get to that, look at this nigga. Now Q50, who's supposed to be a rapper, is out here robbing other rappers. Like, I don't know how long he think this is gonna last. Yeah, but this ain't gonna last long. Check him out.
What up, man? I'm only 20, can't nobody tell me shit.
Hey, all that shit free, buddy?
All this shit, I ain't lying. This right here, big bro, this Bibby gave me this bitch, this 60K. This big bro swears to this 50. But this right here, What that bitch? So many fucking things. This bitch free. This bitch y'all. Hey, when you got that one right there? What that was, like 30 minutes ago?
So I don't know who that is. Somebody named Moolah Mitch. I guess Shorty took his chain or something. Goofy as a motherfucker. For him to allow you that close to him and you rob him. I just show Shorty don't stand on nothing. Ain't here snitch on the nigga. He ain't got no integrity. Yo, a lot of them robbers are rats. Y'all. I don't know if people knew that or not. But a lot of people that lives and breathes robbery, they saying niggas that tell on you, man. All right, but Wendy. Judge reportedly tells Wendy Williams that her career is over. It's done. Yo, I don't know what the fuck is going on with Wendy Williams. I mean, I think it's because she probably rubbed some people the wrong way in her career. And this is get back. Yo, but it just shows you, yo, how I tell y'all this system is and how some of these people can be brought. This judge got it out for Wendy Williams. It's obvious. How the fuck is you going to tell that woman her career is done? Like, who the fuck is you? Like, how do you make that determination? How do you even say that in open court? So that's matter of fact. TMZ probably did a story on it. TMZ. Then they got 32 people watching. I got 4 million subscribers. I wonder if that's real. Let's see if they did a video on it. Oh. All right, let's go back to the article. All right, so listen to this. According to TMZ, Wendy showed up in court Thursday for a heated guardianship hearing. According to an insider, Judge Lisa, whatever, had a lot to say and not in a good way. She reportedly came for Wendy's niece, Alex Finney, accusing her of leaking info to the media and threatening her with sanctions if it happened again. They on Wendy heels, man. They is not trying to release this lady out of this conservatorship or whatever the fuck they got her in. Then the judge allegedly turned her attention to Wendy's family, throwing shade and basically saying they weren't good people. But the most jaw-dropping moment came when Judge Skolaloff reportedly told Wendy her career is over. Straight up, it's done. Yo, she told the bitch. I mean, she told the lady, yo, her career is over. Straight up, it's done. You might as well stay in this conservatorship for the rest of your life. She might as well continue. You ain't never getting out of this conservatorship. You're going to die in this conservatorship, Wendy. And not because you deserve to, it's because we want you to. Yo, that's fucking crazy, y'all. What's up with that judge, man? Why is she coming at that lady like that? Jay-Z private deal with Jane Doe revealed. Oh my God. Let's see what this is about.
Here. So this is crazy, but Tony Busby, who has filed a gazillion lawsuits against Diddy, not related to the criminal case, but filed all sorts of lawsuits. There have been a lot of issues surrounding him with, in particular, one woman who made a claim both against Jay-Z and Diddy. Exactly. Who then dropped the claim, and Jay-Z is now suing that woman and Tony Busby for defamation. Well, Tony Busby says, you have no right to sue me. He has gone to court saying, Judge, dismiss this lawsuit against me because We had a deal, comma, bro, exclamation point.
Just to be clear, the bro is not a quote from the lawsuit, but it is the tone of what Tony Busby is saying in these documents. He's saying that, when they agreed to drop, well, I shouldn't even use the word agreement. Well, that is the issue here, is that Tony Busby is saying he and Jay-Z and Jay-Z's lawyer, Alex Spiro, had an agreement. And that agreement was that Tony Busby and the Jane Doe accuser were going to go into court and dismiss that lawsuit. And in exchange, that's the way he makes it seem in these documents, in exchange, Jay-Z would have his investigators back off the Jane Doe accuser. In these documents, they say that
deal's off. What the fuck is you talking about? You fell for okey doke. We don't have a deal, Tony. What the fuck you made? We don't have a deal. The lawsuit was bullshit. You dropped it, and no, we're still pursuing legality. We're still pursuing this case because we're gonna make you pay us for that bullshit. I don't think they ever had a deal. I think he might have misheard or misinterpreted what the deal actually was. You feel me? Like this wasn't one of them, you look out for me, I look out for you type situations. Hell no. Fuck no. I don't know what made him believe that, but I doubt if that's the route Jay-Z wanted to go.
Days after the lawsuit was dropped, investigators showed up at this woman's house.
Okay, so stop for a second. So explain this to me. I just heard what you said. Mm-hmm. Where in this agreement did it say that Jay-Z's not going to sue Tony Busby for defamation?
It wasn't an agreement.
It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. And by the way, they're saying there was an agreement. To be fair, right. Jay-Z's side is saying there was never an agreement.
But let's assume for a second there actually was. Let's say there was. Even though Jay-Z's team is saying BS. Let's say there was. Where does Tony Busby have a right to dismiss the defamation lawsuit because private investigators continued on the hunt for what they say is the truth involving the woman?
Right.
He may have a countersuit, but if there were an agreement.
Grounds for dismissal.
It's not a grounds for dismissal.
Now, let's just say there are a couple of other things they put in there for the grounds of dismissal, which he says they sued in the wrong court.
Okay, well, that's a whole other thing. If they sued in the wrong court, they just refiled in the right court.
Well, this is not a straight up breach of contract kind of, you have to dismiss because that's what our contract said, but he is pointing out that there was this agreement. Now,
what agreement?
What agreement? I will explain. Jay-Z's lawyer describes this very differently. He says, look, I got a call from Tony Busby's lawyer who said he wanted to negotiate a dismissal, and I told him in no uncertain terms that Jay-Z would not negotiate any sort of settlement about this. However, that lawyer said, okay, we'll voluntarily dismiss the suit, and then your sanctions motion against us for all this bad behavior should kind of go away as well. He thinks that's what the agreement was, that you would walk away from trying to get sanctions against us, whereas Jay-Z's lawyer says, look, our
wait a
sanctions
minute.
motion...
Derek, is that in his head? Is that in his head? Or, my understanding...
I told y'all from the very beginning that Tony Busby was a fucking slime ball. Like, yo, you can see them guys a mile away, yo. Whenever you announce 120 lawsuits that you ain't filed, that shows me I ain't gotta see nothing else from you. So when these stories started coming out of Tony Busby scamming ex-employees or scamming clients, I believe that shit. I already gotta see. I'd have believed it without no paperwork. I told y'all, yo, once you show me your character, once you're a rat, I believe you're a steal. I believe you're a lie. I believe you're deceived. I believe you'll fuck your homeboy girl. You understand what I'm saying? Because it all goes into character. So once Tony Busby shown me that, yo, you will announce 120 lawsuits, knowing good and goddamn well you're not filing 120 lawsuits, then shit, I believe he's a fucking man. You feel me? I believe anything. Yo, because it all goes into character, yo. All you gotta do is pay attention to these people. Who announces 120 lawsuits that they didn't file? And what code of ethics is that cool? On what grounds of morality is that even okay? You understand what I'm saying? So when somebody show you that shit, like, next, what else he do? I believe anything, man. You had to pay me not to believe it. You had to pay me not to believe it. It's ashes, y'all.
understanding is usually if you really had an agreement, you put it in writing and you sign it.
And that they can write when they filed the dismissal.
Here's the paperwork, Your Honor. Here's the paperwork.
It is certainly not a negotiated settlement like that. There is no contractual deal that we can look at this paperwork. There's a series of phone calls and maybe emails, it sounds like.
What fakakta situation is it where a lawyer says, you're not going to sue me, but we're not going to really put it in writing? Huh?
This is
not the way lawyers do deals. You're right about that. To rely on a couple of phone calls and handshakes, that's not the way lawyers do things. We write it down so that we can look to it and say you breached it down the road. So you're right, this is very loose and informal. If you really wanted to rely on that, probably should have gotten it in writing.
Well, and he's not even saying you agreed not to sue us. He never, if he's going to make the argument that there's an agreement, the agreement has to be you agreed not to sue us for filing the lawsuit in the first place.
You're right, although the spirit of the deal, according to that guy, was you drop it and you leave us alone.
That law doesn't work that way with spirit. You know that, Derek.
Also, can I just ask you guys, as attorneys, I'll ask you, is it weird for an attorney like Tony Busby to try to broker something with Jay-Z where Tony Busby's client is going to drop her lawsuit and Tony Busby is going to get some benefit from it?
Not weird. I mean, this happens all the time. Where there's
why would Tony Busby get some? Why should he benefit from
malicious? Because the argument is malicious prosecution, and that's what Jay-Z said from the jump in this case.
Right.
And so, yeah, I mean, lawyers do this a lot, where lawyers will say, look, let's have a mutual dismissal and we agree not to go after the other party in the future. They've done, I mean, that's not uncommon. It's just, that's not this case.
My point is that it's almost like Tony Busby, according to Jay-Z's side, was using his client in order to get some benefit for himself, which is, don't go after me in court and my client will drop her suit.
Well, no. It could be.
But why would Jay-Z?
Here's the way it could have worked. That.
Why would Jay-Z ever agree to that? I would never agree to that. Yo, you slandered my name. Put me in this bogus ass lawsuit. Tied me in with Diddy when Diddy got all this shit going on. And you think that just because you dropped the lawsuit that I'm going to drop mine? I'm going to drop it. Go ahead. You dumb ass. He fell for the oldest trick of the book. I don't even think they even told him that anyway. Why would they tell him that? Man, fuck them. We gonna see this through. You lied. I'll make you stand on this. This might be the only time in Tony Busby's life we gonna have to stand on that bullshit that he be doing, man. The man did this shit to Deshaun Watson. Ain't nobody believed Deshaun Watson at the time. Yeah, Jay-Z on his ass. Hope they just bar his bitch ass.
Tony Busby could have said to Jay-Z's lawyer, look, we're going to have we will dismiss with prejudice, but you agree not to file a malicious prosecution lawsuit because that could be against the lawyer and the client. So agree not to file against either of us, and we'll go about our merry way.
But that didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
And Jay-Z's side said there was no deal whatsoever. Just to be clear, Jay-Z says he did not settle this at all. He did not pay 1 cent to that Jane Doe accuser.
Never made an agreement with him.
Never made an agreement.
And even if there was this agreement, it doesn't make sense. It's not going to get dismissed.
Hi, my name is Kyra, and I'm from Columbus.
We don't want to hear from you, Kyra, from Columbus. Sleep to you, though, man. Sleep to Columbus, Ohio. Yeah, but, fuck that. I wouldn't agree to this shit. And I don't think Jay-Z did either. Wack 100 says he's going at Trap Lord Ross. Let's check on. Don't do it, Eugene. Eugene. Trust. Trust. You scared ass nigga. Yeah, scared ass nigga, man. Let's go back to this shit, cause we ain't fast watching this scary motherfucker. Scary ass nigga. You just had that boy shook. Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks.
Do you think people are going to roll on Snoop for his involvement, if any, with the...
Scared to death. You scared to look. You shook. Cause ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. That nigga Wack a halfway crook.
Ass nigga, the New York nigga, I'm the one had that done. Hold him on my phone. Yes, but then I watched...
Oh, he a gangster again.
Kanye, nigga, who couldn't even come off the porch. Gave him the main streets for Texas when the main streets all beat their case.
Yeah.
But you got these bozos who were never around. I ain't saying you ain't been around, but you wasn't around.
Loyal if he did that.
Nigga,
I don't think he
don't
knew it.
tell me disloyal. I watched Suge about a month ago kiss Kanye West's ass. Kanye cool, Kanye this. But then I watched Suge sue Kanye, nigga. You know he sued Kanye when he got shot. See, I know, Red. We know shit these niggas don't know. I watched him sue Kanye.
I don't believe Suge. I don't believe. I don't believe Suge.
The nigga on my phone that got him shot told him, bitch ass nigga, the New York nigga, I'm the one had that done. Hold him on my phone.
On your phone. They always hit the door to Wack behind the phone. God damn. You let somebody tell you that. Yo, if somebody would have said that on my phone and hung up on his ass. What the fuck, boy? You tripping? I wonder if he went to jail. Police ass nigga.
Bro, like, he said next time I'm gonna spend $5,000 and have him raise that motherfucking barrel up a little higher.
Yeah.
He said that on. He said that on your phone.
All right. Somebody say I'm an A&R with the ear. How can I A&R for you for free? Yeah. I don't know. Wack's in the game.
Don't give a fuck. I'm gonna be real. The music
is all about
anyway.
social media. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a non-rapping artist that's working themselves over a rapping artist that don't work themselves.
Yeah.
It's gonna be real. I don't have nothing to do with a nigga that got good music, but no. Nigga just can't pull you out and search your shit. It's one thing if it's in the cab of the car. It's another one when it's in the trunk. You get what I'm saying? So all you gotta do is go in there and say, well, where was the probable cause to search the vehicle?
But to do that out.
They charged me down there $7,000-8,000 to run a car place because they tore the car apart because they was trying to find something in the car to justify something and they couldn't.
Yo, but when he went to court and tried to file that it was an unlawful search, the judge threw it out. So how did the case get dropped, Wack? Through the interest of justice. Your case got dropped through the interest of justice, y'all. How many of y'all ever got case dropped for that before? Who in Texas and got their case dropped for the interest of justice? Can anybody in Texas vouch for this? Do you have any friends or associates you know whose case got thrown out because of the interest of justice?
Nigga just can't pull you out and search your shit. It's one thing if it's in the cab of the car. It's another one when it's in the trunk. You get what I'm saying? So all you gotta do is go in there and say, well, where was it? Y'all didn't find my case. I told the world about my case.
Yeah.
Let's start right there.
No, you didn't,
I tell the niggas about all my cases. I give you the case number and tell you where to go find it. Right? I fought the case from 2005.
Yo, so give us the case number when Greg Caden and them came in your house and found you with that firearm. We need that case number. See how the fuck that got tossed out. What happened with that case?
2010, 2011. So go pull it up. Willard County, Willard County, Shamrock, Texas. Go pull it up. Read it. Go pull it up. Read it. I fought it 6 years, nigga. I spent down there 400. 99% of you niggas ain't never seen 400,000 in your life. They been fucked it off on legal fees.
You lie like a motherfucker.
Go pull it up.
There's been no 400.
Please.
You didn't have 400.
And a lot of y'all know. Hey, listen, bro. There's a thing called illegal search and seizure, bro. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. Nigga just can't pull you out and search your shit. It's one thing if it's in the cab of the car. It's another one when it's in the trunk. You get what I'm saying? So all you gotta do is Go in there and say, well, where was the probable cause to search the vehicle? You know, they charged me down there $7,000-8,000 to run a car place because they tore the car apart because they was trying to find something in the car to justify something, and they couldn't.
They found guns in that motherfucker,
because the dog ran around the car 15 times, no hit. But it's on the surveillance of the squad car. You know what? I'm going to call and see.
No, you ain't.
If I could get that surveillance. I
No,
might
he ain't.
be able to.
He ain't going to do that, y'all. He's
the
lying.
Attorneys that dealt with it, I'm going to call them Monday and see if they got it.
No, he ain't.
If so, we'll put it up on the internet.
We'll see.
Yeah, okay. All right, John, go ahead.
His whole attitude changed.
We don't have any other more. We don't have any more.
Well, super chat. Okay. Gene changing his name in the movie. Okay. Yeah.
It was Gene.
No, I know it. He said Greg, but I said Greg. But John, you know, but I try to get it, you know, just to be throwing up his own opinion. We all can sit up and say
nobody read.
Yeah. They got beat up and slapped around the label he was. He was with.
Bro, let me tell you the dumbest shit I see choke to. I had to say, this is where these niggas that don't come from, we come from. The nigga was like, he put a picture up of a 63 Chevy. He said, there go the Impala that dude used to kill Big. Nigga, that wasn't no 63 Chevy, you dumbass nigga.
I tell you, they just be
saying shit. I be like, wait, bro. But then you,
shut up.
Hey, bro, niggas do that. Some of you grown niggas is wearing other niggas' jewelry. You know, Reds, like that ain't no motherfucking sign of a nigga being gay.
That nigga would have got found guilty.
Well, first of all, I was going out there to judge to step in and say, we're just gonna let the whole case go.
Yeah.
He said, what is Aunt Hefe bozo ass talking about? Talking about you got my Rolls Royce shot up. Wack, my Rolls Royce was already shot up and gone before I even started fucking with you. But these is a lot of niggas who
Yo, but why are you talking to Stutterbox? See, this be the crazy thing about Wack, right? Wack calls out Stutterbox, say he's a rat, but he will accept Stutterbox phone conversations. Like, who does that? Who sat back, if you told on me, right? I don't give a fuck at what age. You could have told on me when we was 16 and got me arrested because I got caught up in some bullshit you was doing because you was cooperating. Yo, you not real. You're not gonna be able to call me, 20 years from now and we have a fucking cordial conversation. I don't give a fuck how much we've grown. You feel me? Like, you's a rat. You might still be working with the federal police. Like, how do I even feel comfortable with even having these conversations with you when I know that you work with the feds? But Wack talked to Stutterbox. Today, Wack will talk to Stutterbox after he didn't admit it, which was a lie, that Stutterbox is the reason that he got caught up in the bullshit that he got caught up in. Make it make sense, Wack. Eugene.
They play like they this, they play like they that. But this 2025, we're talking about 20, 25 years ago when shit's going on, right? So let's get back to Texas. So you know what the judge did? He knows this nigga done sat here 6 years. He ain't ran out of money. Most of the times niggas run out of money. I'm on parole, bail where I gotta call in every Thursday. So the judge comes in and says, I'm going to dismiss this in the interest of justice. Right? My file is open. If you Google Texas interest of justice, Red, you should have our guy Google it. The guy that works with you. Google, John, Google the definition of a dismissal under Texas law interest of justice. And it's going to tell you.
Yo, is anybody here from Texas that got a friend, associate, cousin, mother, brother, sister, son, nephew, who case got dismissed in the interest of justice? How often does this happen? That's fine. How often does this happen, man? What are reasons that your case would be dismissed in the interest of justice?
According to CFORjustice.org, the concept of case dismissal. Lack of jurisdiction. If a court does not have the legal authority to hear a particular case, it will be dismissed. Failure to prosecute. If the plaintiff fails to push the case forward, a court may dismiss it.
Well, we know that wasn't the
Insufficient
case.
evidence. Without enough evidence to support the claim, a court may dismiss the case.
So Wack is saying basically for judge's discretion. How often does this happen? The interest of justice. I can't see that. Dismissal of an allegation as part of a plea bargain. That's why that shit got. That's what happened. Dismissal of allegations as part of a plea bargain. Dismissal of penal harassment as part of a plea bargain to allow defendant to serve a probation sentence or simply reduce the defendant's penalty exposure. Dismissal of allegation due to lack of sufficient evidence to support. But he tried this lack of evidence. They threw that out. Dismissal of allegations due to lack of witness availability. Dismissal of allegations because the DA cannot reasonably proceed, and more. What the fuck more means? Against any kind of allegation. The interest of fucking justice. They need to call this the Wack 100 rule. Wack 100 versus Texas. The interest of justice. Is it common to have cases dismissed in the interest of justice?
According to uchicago.edu, 14 states and Puerto Rico have long recognized judicial power to dismiss a case not on the legal merits, but in the interest of justice. Courts have historically invoked that power to respond to health crises.
Health crisis? The fuck, he's ready to die or something? What's up, Reed? This nigga crazy. That fucking interest of justice. Yeah, he tried to sell some bullshit. What's the odds? Is it covered? Wack trying to sell us bullshit, man. That's the Wack funny as shit. No, he wasn't from there.
The judge may deem that the evidence is a little shabby, or this or that. The judge can step in and say, "We're just going to let the whole case go."
Yeah.
So they're gonna let. So this what Wack wants people to believe, that a convicted felon, right? He was a convicted felon at this time. He wants you to believe that him being a convicted felon, getting caught across state lines with firearms, that a judge that didn't look at that case and say, yeah, it's insufficient. We're going to dismiss this in the interest of justice. Yeah, I think that is a bunch of bogus bullshit. You hear me? Like, I don't believe that not one bit. Predatory as they is, when it come down to being a convicted felon, y'all told y'all they try to give me a year on the traffic case. But Wack wants you to believe that in his case, shit, it was ready thought out. He had too much money. He had money to fight. More money than the state was willing to pay.
The most important thing, y'all got to understand, Wack allegedly went out there because his brother had just got killed the day before. So,
Wack, look, read it. He don't know what he's talking about.
Allegedly did this.
He making shit up.
Was found now guilty. If Wack was working with him,
he making shit up because Wack brother was with him. So what the fuck is you talking about, Reggie Reg, the dirty cop?
This is me just talking. I never said this to Wack before. Man. If Wack was working with him like these people want to try to indicate he was doing, trust me, that nigga would have got found guilty.
Well, first of all, I was going out there to pick my mother up.
Okay.
But she don't like to fly. Second of all, Aunt Hefe talking about 2 California niggas on the freeway. Hey, dummy, I'm 40 miles from Oklahoma border. My license is Oklahoma.
Yo, he always got the bogus ass excuse. Yo, that is the same excuse he made when Greg Caden found the firearm in his house. Well, I own several houses. You know, my license didn't have this house address on it. Like, yo, that shit don't mean nothing, bro. You was in the house with a firearm. I don't give a fuck. That bitch was in a lockbox. Bitch, you are a convicted felon. You're not supposed to be there. Your name is on that lease. It don't matter if you got 17 houses. This house in particular, where you was at that day, had a firearm in it. They found it. What happened to the case, Wack? What happened to the case, Wack?
At the time.
That wasn't a red flag, stupid. Like, I don't know where you come from. You just be talking, but you sound dumb as a motherfucker. And you would never do a one-on-one like this with me. Because I'll make you look dumb as fuck. This nigga saying, watch this. Now, this is what's crazy. I gave up the main streets to beat the Texas case. Now, this is where he's an idiot.
See, that's the misleading shit. He didn't. He gave up the main streets because there was an investigation in the death row. I mean, not main streets. The Texas case probably got dropped because of the shit that he was doing with death row, trying to take down Suge and all them boys that was over that bitch committing crimes. That's where Wack 100 come into play. Everybody keep trying to time into this main street shit. No, that main street shit is what just got them under their radar. Wack 100 was being used to infiltrate death row, man.
Oh no, instead of Box to tell you, he's the one brought the case on his homies, right?
Instead of Box went in the police station at 3 a.m. in the morning and called and woke up somebody that I deal with from the house at 77th Division.
Oh,
so he need to stop that. All beat up.
We gonna get off Box.
Okay.
Here's the common sense shit. In order for them, if I'm working 2 entities, right? In order for me to get Texas dropped based upon the main streets, right? That means the main streets gotta get convicted, right? The main streets beat their case, dummy.
Yeah.
So what the fuck would I have done for the main streets and the law to say, I'm gonna give you this, drop this. All the main streets.
Let me show y'all something, right? Let me show y'all what was going on with Death Row around the same time. Show y'all what was going on with Death Row. Around the same time Wack had all this going on. Death Row was being investigated for the murder of Tupac and Biggie. It was also being investigated for other murders that happened in LA. For the retaliation of Buntry, which is Mob James' brother. Oh my God, this is gonna take a while. I hate doing this. God damn it. Let me show y'all what was going on with Death Row. I might need to try to get these boys paperwork so we can dive a little bit deeper into what the fuck happened. Hold up. All ties. Oh, God. I should be coming up on it. I don't want to skip nothing. Damn. Here you go. Three associates. Man. Fuck. Can't read the fucking article. Thought we read this bitch before. I can't even read the article. We read the bitch before. 3 Suge Knight associates arrested for murder.
According to EW.com, arrested on charges of conspiracy to murder and held without bail were Theodore Peter Kelly, Michael Leroy Payne, and Cordell Dupree Knox.
So a SWAT team raided the Beverly Hills office of rap label, The Row, formerly Death Row, before dawn on Thursday morning to serve one of 17 related warrants. The Associated Press reports Suge Knight, the label's controversial founder, was not a suspect. Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department said, but 3 arrests were made, including 1 at Row and 2 elsewhere in a probe of what sheriffs said was the June revenge killing of Eric Daniels in response to the slaying of Death Row production manager Alton McDonald in April. Arrested on charges of conspiracy to commit murder and held without bail were Theodore Peter Kelly, Michael Leroy Payne, Cordell Dupree Knox. 5 other suspects remain at large. Commander of the Sheriff Anti-Gang Unit told Reuters that the 3 detainees were all associates of Knight's. Kelly was arrested at the Rose office. Knox is a former sheriff deputy who was fired 2 weeks ago for suspected involvement in an assault with a deadly weapon. Sheriff spokesman Albert Yates told AP, though he didn't specify whether the assault was tied to the current probe. Sheriff said the probe was not tied to the unsolved slayings of several rap stars, including the murder of Tupac Shakur and Notorious B.I.G. 6 years ago, or the New York murder of Run DMC Jam Master Jay last month. This was strictly gang related. Yo, they was on these boys' heels, man. And Wack was close to him. Wack was close to him. Then I showed y'all what the dude Steven said.
Got dismissed. I'm saying I gave him the main street for Texas when the main streets all beat their case.
Yeah.
But you got these bozos who were never around. I ain't saying you ain't been around, but you wasn't around. All these niggas that be talking on the internet, let's keep it real. We knew the Damu, Paru, Hoovers, and Crip names that was ringing. None of these niggas, Reg, we ever heard of none of these niggas. I don't give a fuck how much time you say you did, and our day, age, and our time coming up. We ain't heard of you niggas until the last 3 years on YouTube. None of you niggas, we don't know none of you niggas. It's certain names that rung bells across LA County. Period. You knew the name.
Yeah.
It's a fact, right? So now
yeah, that's true.
You got niggas 20 years later.
Yeah. I don't even know why they entertain them.
And Reg White's a fucking police. Like a police, man. Just admit it, bro. You got caught. The world knows. The world knows Wack. Had a good run, Officer 100. Agent 100. It's over now, buddy. The cover's blown. It's over. Wack 100 admits he's the feds. Wack 100 admits he's the feds on Vlad. Oh, come on, y'all. Now. Did y'all remember this? Listen to this. Who makes this mistake? Nobody makes this mistake, y'all. If you're not working with law enforcement, you ain't gonna make this mistake. Listen to this shit. Who would ever make this mistake if you weren't law enforcement?
To scandalous Los Angeles TV, where we expose the exposers. CS2 Back slipped up during an interview with Vlad TV and inadvertently admitted that he works with the feds. While discussing the kinds of things the feds are concerned with, he used the word "we," implying that he's directly involved with them.
Hey,
This slip of the tongue
listen to this,
raised
Dave.
eyebrows.
Check him out.
As it revealed a deeper connection between Porky and federal authorities, one that he may not have intended to expose.
But then again, you know how the feds work. We don't care how many chickens or turkeys you pass out. We don't care how many book bags you done passed out. What we care about is these wiretaps. We care about these confidential informants. And we care about your actions within the means of the law. That's all they care about.
Yo, who the fuck uses "we" in that sense? How do you make a mistake talking about the federal government and use "we"? How is that? How do you do that and not be a part of the federal? Charleston White did that shit before too. Yo, that is mighty strange that these guys do that. I remember Charleston White said they got Charleston. And he was talking about the feds. Fucking police ass nigga. We on to you, boy. We on to you, boy. You know what it is? We on to you, man. It's a wrap, buddy. Yeah, he slipped up. You can't make that mistake. If you can't make that mistake, man, and not be working, who the fuck does that? That shit damn near impossible, man. Right when I say he's going that Trap Lord Ross. Fuck Trap Lord Ross. Trap Lord Ross a bitch. Trap Lord Ross did a whole documentary on Big U. Accusing that man of wild ass crimes. Yo, y'all don't think it's strange that Trap Lord Ross does that every time? Like he never misses, he never sees a moment. You know, he never misses an opportunity to implicate somebody in crimes after they've been arrested. He's very strategic like that. Very, very, very strategic.
I know this. So I'm saying.
What's the thing with the ransom? So they don't have no Crips and Bloods in New Orleans, right?
Who told you that?
They do?
No, I'm asking you. Who told you that?
I don't know. I probably heard it somewhere else.
All right, let me break it down to you. All right, Mac 10 came down here.
Yeah.
Right, and Mac 10 influenced Cash Money. But he influenced Cash Money, with the Inglewood families. That is really the mob. But me, I got put on from catching greyhounds.
Right.
And going out there and really rocking with Green Eyes with the mob. So I got put down with the mob Pyru. And even though you see the red flag, I really rep the burgundy. Right. But it's under the same tree, so you can rock how you want to rock. I remember coming back home from LA, repping how I rep, and they looked at me funny. So I would say the most percentages ain't really with that. Right. But since the popularity of it, a lot of people got down with it. That make sense? Yeah. But I've been this way. You know, but I know this. So
hey, I ain't gonna lie, Chopper. You told to be waving that motherfucking flag, pimping. You about the same age as me, nigga. Remember Chopper motherfucking ass on PC up Towson, nigga. Bluffing ass, nigga. Man was on PC, couldn't get off that bitch. Now he probably was on, I don't think he asked to be on PC. But he most definitely was on PC up Towson. Anybody could vouch. He was up Towson in 2005. Motherfuckers will tell you. Chopper was up that bitch on PC.
And let's clear up the old box since we talked about that.
Yeah.
You can't find, I give $1 million to anybody that you can find on old block to say I checked in. This is how the whole story went. We was in Chicago for the big 3. We went out, we got fucked up, we was back in the hotel gambling and playing cards in the lobby. Will Bynum is from Chicago. He has another dude from Chicago. My drunk says, let's go to Old Block.
I mean, that's not a norm for you, though.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not a reach for you.
No, and it wasn't surprising to nobody that was there.
Especially
and Will was like, you for real? I'm like, yeah, dog, let's go.
X-Hand 5,000.
He knew somebody there. They called him. Told us we could pull up. I pulled up, rolled some with him, smoked with a couple of them. There's one little dude, shout out Ty. I don't know what he got going on. I'm gonna tell you a story about Ty. As soon as I got out there, that nigga stuck, you know what I'm saying, got right on my hip. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
You know, and let's clear up the old box since we talked about that.
Yeah.
You can't find, I to the point where
if something happened to him, it's happening to me.
He just stuck to me. You know what I'm saying? Gave him me and him smoking together. So I'm out there shooting basketball, shooting the bush.
Oh, you jigging
It's 5 in the morning.
Yes.
Like I'm in PA. Ain't no checking in. Pulled up on the youngins. You see what I'm saying? But look, I'm out there chilling, so bam. Have a good time, how to burn off. The young Ty, stay in touch with him. Ends up getting shot. Who you think sending the money? I don't know this nigga from nothing. I'm just a solid.
Yeah.
Sending the money to ask his sister, ask his mom, ask his daddy. Sending the money, taking care of, you know what I'm saying? He ended up getting into some trouble in jail. Well, I don't know the situation. So those type of situations where I don't know if you get, I got to back away from that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's not my obligation to help you, but in that type of shit, I got to back away because I don't want to be nowhere involved. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. But shout out to Ty, man. I was showing, it was a cool little, I hope he's doing good, but I showed him a lot of love, and I'm glad I went out there because I was at the point where
if something happened to him, it's happening.
Put some game into him, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm saying? I was able to help him and his family a little bit during the tough time. That was my purpose for going to Old Block. Because God knew this young man was finna go through something, and he needed somebody to give him a helping hand. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad I went to Old Block, bro.
And this is the first time you just spoke on it.
The problem is, everybody can't go. That's the problem. 5 can go. We can't just pull up like that, so we got to hate on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Old Block, man. I'm glad I was able to tell that story, man. And I'm glad I pulled up. Shout out to Will Bynum and everybody else who made that happen, man. I might be in another ghetto and pull up on y'all, nigga.
Just like that. Yeah. I never...
Protection? Yeah, I'm checking in to let her know that's in the state that I love, that I'm in your state. Let's link up. I don't need no protection. But that's out of respect. That ain't out of, that ain't out of being fear and like to know. I would want, if a nigga in Port Arthur and he know I'm there, man, nigga, if you don't call me,
I'm gonna be disrespected. Feel disrespected.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how every nigga should feel. If I'm in Cali, I don't call Boulevard a term across the street, I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? And that's the real nigga code. I'm under the old law. You know what I'm saying? And that's we in the generation where they don't understand that. Protection? Yeah, I'm checking in to let her know. Yeah. A lot of y'all, man, Old Block pulling up, taking pictures. It's in the state that I live. Where we at? Tell them how they coming. We're in the middle of it. I mean, nigga, y'all pull up and take pictures and y'all not allowed to. And one thing about it, if you're a real one, you don't mind checking in. Checking in. What'd you say? I check in with the real one. That's why I'm in the middle of O Block. Where you at? You see the hoop? Where you at? I'm in the middle of O Block.
His dumbass. He lucky niggas they come through that bitch spray. He lucky niggas they come through that motherfucker fully loaded autos. His ass would have wished he went with the old block that day. His dumbass. Sit your old ass down, nigga. Yeah, I be tripping out the internet is a wild place, man. I be tripping out these niggas. Yo, so a plane fell in Florida.
Oh, plane just crashed. Oh, let's go. Oh my.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck going on with these planes. Helicopter fell yesterday. Plane fell today. Shit getting ugly. I ain't gonna play that. The little Philly loaded chopper beefing with his baby mother. That shit's stupid. These motherfuckers crazy. They said, Mike, you was hard on the floor. Oh, goodness. I don't know, y'all. We living in a wild time. Wild times, y'all. Wild times, man. We got DJ Akademiks running his mouth on Lil Baby. What happened, y'all, with Lil Baby was to run across DJ Akademiks? I would pay to be there when it happens. Like I would pay to be a fly on the wall when Lil Baby was to ever cross DJ Akademiks, yo. What y'all think happened, man? That boy probably be so fucking scared. He was like, security. He gonna call security on him. Yo, but see, this is the thing, right? Why I say it online? Why I say it online? And you know, yo, you don't want to bump heads with that boy, man. You know that. I mean, you do not want to bump heads with Lil Baby, yo, but this man has been slandering, yo, for the last. I don't even know how it started. And when did DJ Akademiks start slandering Lil Baby? I know it's been going on for a few years now, but how did it start? Did Lil Baby do anything to him? Probably doubt it. You know, he probably called him out for being a clown, but everybody does. I mean, like, you're a clown, bro. Accept it. The women treat you like a clown. Everyone knows it. Like, it's hard to hide behind a motherfucking clown mask. Like, you walking around with the mask. You going to the circus every Wednesday. You're a clown. We see it. It's obvious. Like, there's no need to hide. You might as well come out in the Ronald McDonald suit and walk around the town. Like, that's DJ Akademiks. You know what I mean? Fully clothed in the clown suit. Like, oh, is that Akademiks right there? Like, oh, that's his dumb ass. Looking like Ronald McDonald. Clown ass nigga. Hey, yo. We live in a wild time of the world, man. Wild time of the world, y'all. But yo, we ready to bring real back. Yo, we ready. Y'all promise you once real get back in, fake ain't they never coming back again. We're gonna try our best to make sure the fake never come back again, man. They burning the culture down. We gonna get rid of all them niggas. Unless they just gonna have their little section of the internet. As long as they stay over there in that little corner, you know, it'd be cool over there. Yeah, right. Oh, he was mad Lil Baby ain't want to befriend him. Probably so. You know, he think he's the godfather of hip-hop for some reason. I don't know who gave him these titles. Like, who is giving these people these titles? Like, what made Vlad say to Adam, we had an all-star cast? It's like, yo, he called it epic. Yo, that man said that the picture that him, Wack 100, Trap Lil Ross, DJ Akademiks, and Adam took was epic. Epic. That's what he said. Those are his exact words. Matter of fact, Booker T just called out Vlad for some fuckery. for trying to stay up beef. So I meant to Ben talk about this. Let me see something. Booker T calls out Vlad TV. No, somebody did a video on it. Who the fuck is this? Somebody named if he's been pressed to speak positively. So this how I started right here. What's this guy right here? Wrestler? Yeah, the wrestler. Right. That shit is despicable. Every time I hear
Taylor Brands,
every time I hear Vlad
your business name, just go to their
or
site,
anybody
enter your
ask
LLC state, add your business
1090 Jake about some street shit, I damn near want to throw up. That shit's like so disrespectful to everybody in the world that they got 1090 Jake speaking on street activities. It's crazy.
Well, when you look at WWE, there's been 12 black world champions.
Yeah.
The Rock, Booker T, Kofi Kingston, Bobby Lashley, Big E. On the female side is Jacqueline, Jazz, Alicia Fox, Naomi, Sasha Banks, and Bianca Belair.
Mm-hmm.
So you join this group of people, you know, it's basically a very small group of people.
Yeah.
How did that feel to really be a world champion and to be the first black AEW world champion?
It's there's words that I can't describe it really. You always like when you start whatever business or with them in a way. And a lot of those guys always like a Brock Lesnar, but very rare in itself right there. An even smaller group, like the one big main event, like I had to actually like figure it out and create and like take myself to like create a whole new lane that nobody has. I don't think they market anybody. I don't think they market the value as
fair.
I don't.
WWE doesn't treat black wrestlers.
Oh,
well, you said the WWE doesn't treat black wrestlers fair.
I don't think they market the value as fair.
Okay.
I don't think they market anybody's value as fair, really.
Well, your friend Booker T actually responded to you saying that.
Mm-hmm.
He said, look at the black talent in WWE right now, like Bianca Belair, Obafemi, The New Day. New Day has won more tag team championships than anybody. Bianca Belair, she's headlining WrestleMania. Obafemi's a young guy out of college, you know, is doing big things at NXT. I'm just trying to figure out what he's talking about. So I'm just trying to figure out if it's something that's happened to him personally, as far as him not getting the push that he wanted in WWE. He felt like perhaps he should have been a bigger star in WWE. And the thing is, sometimes things just don't work out. I hate that we're still talking about this race thing as far as, you know, what WWE is doing with black folks. And I say that with all sincerity because I'm black. I've been working for the company for a long time, and I know I've been treated fair for the last 20 years.
That's not what happened when Vince said the N-word in front of you. That's not being treated fair. My opinion. And to that statement, it's not even what I'm saying. It's what I'm saying what people are saying. I'm saying what your audience is saying. So it's not just me just talking out of my ass out of nowhere. It's what your audience has been complaining about for the better part of like 2-3 years from not seeing black talent even getting single matches on PLEs and stuff like that. It's not. This is what I'm seeing on, because now those guys are like on socials more. They're hearing like they talk back and forth with the fans a little bit more. They see like so you can't ignore that anymore, you know. And then like since that quote, you're seeing like hearing quotes from Triple H saying like he doesn't see color in press conferences after someone actually calling them out at their press conferences saying that why is there no African American talent? You put the
black celebrities in the audience. Those black celebrities who I know, who I'm pretty friends with, they want to see the same people that represent them perform at these shows, and not seeing that.
What the fuck Booker T had to say? $10.90 Jake on Booker T's registered sex offender. How the fuck does that even come up in the conversation? So now Vlad Ray going to run a disrespecting Booker T. Let's check out who this somebody. What's this? Panda TV? Who shorty is? Panda Chop TV.
So what happened was Vlad interviewed Swerve Strickland, and Swerve said he doesn't feel like the WWE markets their
like a fool in front of the world, exploited. I wasn't gonna go on, and I turned it down. And they called me back, and I had an offer to be on Vlad TV before as well, and I turned it down. And they called me back, and they offered me money to go on Vlad TV, and I turned it down because I was not going to go on Vlad TV and be exploited. I wasn't going to go on, on Vlad TV and him make me look like a fool in front of the world. I was not going to do that, and I wasn't going to go on Vlad TV and say anything negative towards any black man that's ever been in this business, because I know how hard it is for all of them. I've been the first one to say any brother getting his bag, I'm all in, 100%. But I told Swerve Strickland to his face how disappointed I am in him as a young brother, because all I did for Swerve Strickland ever was put him over.
And y'all make sure y'all tapping my man Stories with V, man.
On a pedestal as being one of the best out there that ever did it. He deserved being the AEW champion. And for him to say something like that about me, I don't know if these guys think racism stopped in 1990 when I got the business, but it did, okay? You may not hear about a lot of racial issues with Booker T, because I handled racial issues head first. I opened doors. I broke down barriers for people like Swerve Strickland. Swerve Strickland perhaps would not even be here if it wasn't for me. I have to apologize for nothing that I've done in this business, because I've gone out there and literally represented in the ring, out of the ring, from day one all the way to this day in 2025. You speak on Vince McMahon and him saying the N-word. You want me to be angry black men in the company. You want me to not open doors and make spaces for people like you. That's what you want me to do, and I'm upset. I'm upset because, more importantly, I'm disappointed at Swerve Strickland, because what I told him, and I repeated, just like I repeated it to him, you got played. You got played, bro. You got played. You let that man play you and pit you against me and me against you. I don't know how many stories you ever heard about that on Vlad TV, but it's many of them. It's many stories out there about the black man against the black man, because Vlad is pitting them against each other. I don't know how many people you heard that's got locked up from the federal perspective by going on Vlad TV. I don't know what the hell you doing on Vlad TV, first of all. What have you done to be on Vlad TV, okay?
Nothing.
This caused Vlad...
That's because that's what the fuck Vlad do. Like, the same thing like Q. What is Q50 with Lil 50 doing? I like Lil 50. What is Bloodhound Q50 doing on Vlad TV right now, y'all? I don't think Vlad listens to his music. I don't think Vlad gives a fuck about Bloodhound Q50. So Vlad said you're 100% lying. You happily agreed to do the interview, even showed up to the studio. Here's our initial DMs again. I ran late and you stopped out. I tried to reschedule and you were in your feelings, making a video saying you turned down Vlad TV because I get people locked up. But forgetting to mention that you actually showed up to the Vlad TV interview is ridiculous. So Vlad proceeds to show DMs. Interested in interviewing for Vlad TV, recently did Mark Henry. Hey, what's up, bro? I'm definitely interested. What's all... This is in 2020, man. What all would you want to cover? I'm based in Houston, so we don't have to do it over Zoom or something. So where do my show? We can do it that way. When you want to do it. I normally free on Thursday. So this nigga Vlad proceeds to show every email, every text message, These, if I'm lying, I'm dying. All right, so let me show y'all what this say. 2021. Let me know if you still want to do the interview. We've hit your guy a few times, but haven't gotten a response. Let's do call. I want to make it right. Let's do an interview. Perfect time. Let's do the interview. Perfect time. See, this is in 2021 with that song blowing up. Thanks, but no thanks. Okay, I'm disappointed, but I was late for the interview, so I understand. Congrats on massive success on a new song. I don't even think none of this shit matters for real. What if I pay you an appearance fee? Look at you, fucking with that boy. Vlad is so mad when motherfucker decline your shit. Damn, Vlad. Then you go this route. Look at what he did, y'all. When Booker T isn't making up lies about refusing to do Vlad TV interviews, he's hanging out with his registered sex offender friend. What? Was convicted of lewd and lascivious sexual battery for a victim who was 12 to 15 years old at the time. Yo, this nigga Vlad is diabolical. What the fuck you doing hanging with this guy, Booker T? Now he's quoting Kendrick. Don't tell a lie on me and won't tell the truth about you. These niggas crazy. Vlad a fucking sucker. Vlad is a sucker, y'all. I think so. I don't like him. You know, I don't like none of these niggas. I'm like the mad rapper. Yeah. I'm like the mad rapper on YouTube, yo. Tell why you mad, son. Y'all remember the mad rapper? Man, nigga said he got John Blaze. Think I got John Blaze shit. Like the mad rapper. Yo, these guys they despicable. Like, they despicable, yo. They don't have no integrity. They don't stand on nothing. They just in the way. You know what I mean? They're in the way of true greatness, true prosperity. Like, it was other people that deserve them spots. These guys want to stay in the way. I mean, they're going to keep selling us out. They're going to keep plucking the ignorant ones from the community, putting them on their platforms. Keep interrogating them on the spot. Keep sending them to prison. Keep fucking getting them killed. It's never going to stop it. It's too profitable. I mean, it's too profitable. But they're dealing with ignorance. That's why I put more blame on them. Even though at some point in time, you got to realize what the fuck going on. But you can't really expect much from ignorance. Like, they're not bringing fully functional adults, you know, with the brain capacity to see through bullshit. No, they're not doing that. They picking misguided, uneducated, ignorant. And they bring them on platforms and they interrogate them, police style. I mean, intense Guantanamo Bay type shit. You know, just that intensive interrogations. I mean, waterboarding. Niggas up that bitch waterboard niggas on platforms, man. Straight up. That's what they doing, man. I'm talking about tar and feathering them. That's what they doing when they get them on these platforms, man. It's bad. They might as well take them to Guantanamo Bay and have an interview there. And if you don't answer these questions, then this is the result. You know, it's consequences for not answering these questions, Q50. That ain't what you gonna do. What happened the day Lord Jeff got killed? Was that you in the video? That's what he gonna ask him. I guarantee you ask him that. Yeah, I guarantee before that interview with Q50 is over, he's gonna ask him, was this you in the video? And Q50 was like, nah, that wasn't me. Well, you know, if you go to the comments, Yeah. Even if you go to the comments, then you go and show the comments on the screen. I mean, most people are saying that shit. Most people saying that that's what they're saying. I mean, I don't know. You know, I just ask the questions. Ask the question what everybody want to know. Like, yo, that's the game. That's what they do, man. Like, it was like a fucking, I mean, it's like a book. You understand? It's like a roadmap that they follow. All right, they probably be checking that shit off. Like, all right, he ain't bite for that one. I'm gonna wait 30 minutes and I'm gonna hit him with this. Yeah, man, that's how they operate. Dirty bastards, man. Man, he definitely got no business on Vlad. Like, what is Q50 doing on Vlad? Literally, what is he doing on Vlad? I don't know. It is what it is, y'all. I got work tomorrow, y'all. I thought I had to work today. Motherfuckers had me drive all the way down that bitch just to drive back home. I was mad as a bitch. They really owe me some gas money. For real. Long ass ride for nothing. But we're gonna try to get an early live in the mall. Probably around like 1. I'm gonna shoot for 12:30, PM. See what the fuck going on. I'll probably try to get an upload out. But should I appreciate everybody that tapped in. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button. Let's get to 100 likes. If you can't donate to the platform, my man Ever got it at the bottom. Yeah, man. Keep it G and support the channel. Baltimore swag. We're keeping it all the way real. And we on our way to the top, y'all. Just, just take longer, yo, when you're not willing to succumb to the bullshit. You gotta realize, yo, people like me, and others, yo, we're competing with some people that will do the lowest of the low. Like extremely low. Matter of fact, they got big homie CC. Did I say that dumbass shit? Well, likely I didn't. They got big homie CC and 607 Onk on the same platform. Looking like fucking Dumb and Dumber. Like I can't go Dumb and Dumber, y'all. Like I can't do it. I can't go Dumb and Dumber for views. They starting everybody this idea of you gotta be a character, man. I can't even find that shit. Tired for real. But y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. It's another day of Keep It G News. You see Mad 5 for Sip Shank. Yeah, I saying that, man. I ain't really got too much to say about Mad 5. That's fucked up, yo. That shit going with him like that. I never listened to the reason. Why? What's the reason? The numbers down? I mean, I know his numbers is down. Where's the project? I thought he signed the deal. As long as he signed the deal, he got his money. So it don't need fucking matter if it's just sank. I mean, that's whoever invested, that's the ones that's gonna lose the money. Then Mad 5 signed a deal. He'd be all right. I mean, he don't really cause a whole lot of trouble. Like, I mean, that shit he did to Boosie was fucked up. Got Boosie booked. that was fucked up. I think that was down bad. When he asked Boosie about the niggas taking charges for him, like that was a wild ass question. But damn, hope he might gotta go back to the drawing board. Bring me up that bitch. I'll bring it back. Man, Half reach out to me, y'all. Bring it back, man. We had that motherfucker platform number 1, Nick. Well, we be number 1 over that bitch. Man, Half, if you want your platform back, right? Bring Keep It G News over there. I guarantee we bump them numbers up. All you gotta do is ask me about all the fuck shit that's going on the internet. We going to the moon straight like this, yo. Because the crazy thing about it, y'all, a lot of people agree with this shit. You know what I mean? A lot of people see what's going on with this internet and ain't rocking with it. Like, yo, it is out of control. It is total buffoonery. Like, yo, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? And there haven't been nobody on these platforms that say that. Like, yo, this shit right now, yo, this shit is out of line. Completely out of line. You got podcasts sending niggas to the joint. You got everybody chasing clout. Nobody is teaching nothing. You got a fake hood lawyer in CSI City that's out here perpetrating the gangbanger. Yo, like, yo, what the fuck is this? Like, yo, for real, like, we gotta reel that bitch back in like on a fishing hook. You understand? We gotta reel this bitch back in, yo, and put out some new bait, yo, because we losing. We let the feds trick us with this content word, and everything is content, and people do not see what content really is. Content is the social security card, the number. Content is the voice. Content is your motherfucking height. Content is your motherfucking words, your likeness, your podcast. That is content. And everybody using this word, yeah, we got the content. Yeah, I bet the fuck you do, nigga. I bet you do. If you knew what they meant by the word content. Matter of fact, let's go back to that Edward Snowden video, so you can see what content was for people that's new. For people that's new, you see how long they was focused on this content shit. What made the feds interested in content? No, that ain't. I think it was part 2. Hold up. Where the fuck that video at? We ain't gotta go to the history. They ain't trying to let it pull up. I gotta go to that. How many days ago that was? Shit was like last week sometime we did that. It's for the content seekers. Anybody think this shit content? Show people what content is. What was content really designed for? And why was the Fed so interested in content? Because they was very interested in it. Like, very, very interested. There you go. I think that's it. Let me show y'all what this shit is.
Transparent administration history. He believes that there's been too much secrecy.
He made a real point of owning these kinds of arguments, both as a senator and then on the campaign trail.
Show what this content shit about.
Yes. Hayden left the White House knowing that the program was bound to be controversial.
No president had authorized it prior to this time.
And Michael Hayden goes home after briefing the president and the vice president about his ideas for expanding surveillance, and takes a walk with his wife.
And she said, "What's on your mind?" He said, "Well, we're going to go do something here." I didn't go into any details. We're going to do something. One day it's going to be public. And when it gets public, it's going to be very controversial. And the people doing it are going to be swept into this thing.
That's not it.
I said, huh? Is it the right thing to do?
That's not it.
Yeah, I think so. He said, okay, we'll deal with that when it comes.
On October 4th, in a secret...
No, that's not it. That's the shit about Julian Assange. Come on, they took us all the way back to the beginning. That ain't it. Oh, people gotta see what this shit about. Motherfuckers leaving. See, this the great thing about people. They stay for the bullshit. The minute motherfuckers trying to get real, niggas want to leave out. The minute it's time to really understand something, for people to see what the fuck going on, y'all niggas want to leave. That's cool though. They gonna be the ones taking advantage of. See, outside city. Man, where the fuck is that shit at? I think we coming up on it now. That's crazy we can't find a fucking video. I don't think it was this long ago. Edward Snowden. USA. U.S. Most Wanted Man. Damn, yo. Why did not give me the fucking video previously watched? Edward Snowden. Yo, why we can't find a video, y'all? That's bogus. Like they trying to hide the bitch from me. I'll show y'all how the feds extorted these social media companies. It's on one of them videos. You might gotta watch a video of a video. USA content. Damn, yo, they ain't trying to let us find the video, y'all. That's fucked up.
Point. Actually, I think I don't think anybody can reach such a clear turning point in their life without thinking alia jacta est to themselves. The diet.
The time it was extremely tense. Every day, myself and Glenn would see Snowden at the Mirror. We didn't expect him to be there. We assumed that this guy, they must be hunting for him.
What would you do if you were the director of the Central Intelligence Agency, the director of the National Security Agency, and you knew there was an individual out there who was about to expose evidence that you had committed serious crimes, and you had the resources available to stop this person, even if it meant using lethal force? What would you do?
So I know for a fact that the US government was very angry at Mr. Snowden. His safety and also his life was put at risk.
But you know that?
I do know that.
The idea that he could somehow evade the US.
Not the video, y'all. They ain't trying to let me find a video. Just watch the bit. It should be in my motherfucking history. That shit crazy. Taking all these videos I never even watched before. Instead of taking me to the videos that I did watch. And fuck it. It's on the video. It's called Big U. If you think Big U and Lord Durk is bad, check out this. In that video, I showed y'all what this content shit was all about, what they wanted to transform this shit to, and how it started. And it started from the FBI and these agencies extorting social media. Extorting them niggas. Like, I think that's the only way you can put it. Like, you talking about Big U extortion. The extortion that the federal government did to social media is crazy. You know what I mean? You talk about extortion, man. I don't give a fuck with it. Look at what they did. Send one of them videos, man. Did them real dirty, man. Sending them letters that they wasn't signed off by the judge. Like, yeah, real greasy, grimy, predatory behavior by the United States government in order to steal out information, in order to put these federal agents on YouTube. And we just seeing the results of it. But make sure y'all subscribe to the channel so never they keep it G News. And I'm out.